But here we go.
Boomba! What's
Game
up?
one. And let's see how our drop is looking. Pulling us over towards the east, right over Machine to the heart. Very odd one. And it has right outside of it, you can see Cold Fang kind of lurking a little bit off of it, not quite with everything else.
Yeah, and we've actually seen like a good bit of teams that'll actually drop ride sharks here, go into the storm and farm up Cold Fang still. And we've had a lot of like, especially I've been grinding like quite a bit of ranked. There's some weird drop paths these days where this is actually like not too bad of one. It's a little bit wonky, but we've had like I had some crazy ones like where it's coming up over Dawn caps and stuff. We do see multiple teams out early here in Scab Bay.
Okay, never mind. There is audio. I was about to say, I didn't hear any audio coming in through the Discord for a second. I'm like, oh, is there no audio? But right now, we already see Jang getting taken down by Team Pine. BBY in a bad spot as Immense or Naneth are already really low, forced to take the fans to escape.
So this is our hero like down and out team because their captain didn't show up. Krillo wasn't around, and so Jang stepped in, and these guys were basically the last two left. And so I'm really rooting for BBY here. This is like if this squad does anything, it's like gonna be really kind of playing from behind, and I'm hoping for him.
Realized, look a little bit up towards like look at how those crates are kind of falling off of like
right here?
Bay. Yeah, they're like frozen in time, falling. They're not quite able to get down towards like mainland. They're just stuck.
I never even noticed that those were there.
I know. I never noticed that too until just now. I'm like, huh. They're just frozen there.
The more you know. Dude, did you see the couple pictures Dude, look at the depth of this terrain down here too. All these like tiered platforms. It's actually so good. So this is the stuff my brother's working on, dude. I'm so proud of him. I think this game looks beautiful. He's the creative director. And so all the kind of biome, like hunter design, even like UI he had to do because their UI person quit. But anyways, Palm finding a kill here.
I'm very curious to see when they add a little bit more terrain too. Like, I do like that change. I think that is going to be very, very necessary from what I've heard from a lot of players too, as well as watching a lot. That it's cool that it's spread out, but having even more like mantling potential, as we've seen before from a lot of our teams, will be a lot of fun. But here we are at the heart, and Pro, 1 gold, 2 blues. Looking pretty strong here against Team Lons. Lons leading the charge, but Jetski finding them already, playing aggressively up against them, forcing Lons to get back with the rest of Lons.
We see, love the team name named after the guy. Always a good time for the casters. As we see OTP hearing ISS over here. ISS get to level 7 though, Magical. Got to be careful if you're OTP.
Wubby was a little bit too far forward. Got locked down for only a moment, but it is the monkey. Monkey see, monkey do, and everyone run away. I want to have to deal with Wubby Bay. I'm a little sad to see Wubby not on Void though, instead having gone now towards the meta and seeing that Wukong just absolutely oppressive recently.
It's been a little bit now that Wubby's been committed to the Wukong. He has.
I know. I miss the Void.
I am also sad about it. You know who has been causing kind of like mayhem out here, especially in ranked, is Micah Munch on this Aluna, man. Just going absolutely turbo.
Did you see Micah?
Yes.
Remember last week during the Mercury event? Like, my God, Micah on Aluna was literally the MVP of that event, and it was not even about the bunny.
Yeah, right. Dude, actually putting on such a show of like how to wield, and literally since Micah Munch did that, dude, I've seen so many more Alunas in solo queue, like trying to replicate that, just like doing the perma live, like vibe infuser hop away, and it's just like, it's so awesome, bro.
Micah is so good at Aluna. It is absolutely insane. I love to see players that put that kind of practice into one of the hunters that normally you don't see too often, which is why I wanted to just call out Wubby a little bit, be like, come on, ditch the Wukong, go back to Void, please.
We do see a little bit of violence potentially as the Lemur team claims control of Dawn caps. They do have that level 7. They're going to get a recall through. A couple teams looking at each other down here in Wraiths as the circle going to be moving up to the left. Still a lot of space though, Magical. In the end, Soul Stealer going to be spawning down here.
Oh, but fighting on the tracks. Team Leem or Lem, whatever you want to call them, already going for the aggressive play. Ham though, locked down, grounded, low on health, but has that gold armor to back him up. 3D2Y as well will stand forward. Make sure that Ham can heal up while Immense not sure whether they want to go north or south in that fight. Flame Dav having been separated from the team. But now, Pepsi coming out of nowhere and just kind of joining in, saying, wait a minute, I don't know if I want this. I want to go instead all the way over to the hatchling, be able to grab this all-important exotic item. Grab that pretty quickly. Oh, but it dashed away. The teleport, it went over towards Lem, but they're still on it. 25% now taken down, but it's on the ground. I think that's going to go over to Team Lem, and now they can play aggressively, already getting the knock onto Despy, and then taking down Jet Ski. Azrath has to take the Sky Shark in order to escape to make sure the team will see another day.
Yeah, really nice stagger coming there from Lem. I'm pretty sure that was the 3D2I with the shift, actually outshifting the Brawl for that, which is hard to do. So well done. Whoa, three-way fight up here, though, as OTP find their way back. Pine as well. They're engaging on a DKS.
Rich gets back, though. Thought for a second that he was going to be caught out, but was able to kite back to DKS while OTP decide they don't want the smoke anymore. They're just going to escape from that. And then seeing the fight elsewhere while Pro Azrath eventually does get taken down. Wubby Bay getting a good trade initially on a cow, but Starflash, despite having broken armor, has the backup of the team. You see that ISS, they have to revive. Maybe Wubby can play aggressively while they jump onto Micah. Micah will dash out of there and not want to go for the revive anymore. But that respawn did let the Horde know that there was something happening. It's actually Cal that get punished for it. WWU. So what is that? The quintuple U's here? Pushing back the team.
For just 5 U's.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
I'm calling them quintuple U. I'm not calling them
Quintuple U is such a good name. What the heck? Quintuple U, I love it. Have the level 9 here, Magical. Actually, big advantage in this fight. Slam on Wubby.
Nice slam. Wubby forced the 6-monkey strike out to try to get away, but that left the bunny alone. Might be able to get the root, but look at the hop and skip away. The movement from Micah gets far away while Jimmy nearly grabbing with the squid, and then the crab missing on a Micah. This bunny a little bit too slippery, looking more like Bugs Bunny here with the juke skills. Continue to get chased by Quintuple U, but no shot to be able to take down the bunny. Instead, OTP now a part of the fray with the lockdown on a height, but with the change, do they want it? Lunaris actually decided to dash into the thick of it, trying to look for a height, but he hopped from tree to tree to take down Lunaris, and then John SUPERVIVE gone full. Micah has not left. Quintuple U think they have the bunny every single time, but eventually the bunny will just get away.
Micah must just being super annoying here, really just like baiting him, trying to make him angry. As more engagement happens, Abyssal Breaker out on the train. We are going to get an ult force from Wubby up through the rings here. Going to be ran down by him, maybe.
Maybe until Micah shows up out of nowhere and tries to get a bit of the attention, but Flame Dab will have none of it. Far more focused onto the monkey, seeing that as the easier target, and probably rightfully so.
Yeah, nice kind of collapse for the pick there. We do see our red teams fighting it out down here. Quintuple U and OTP looking at each other.
Glad I got you onto the Quintuple
Dude,
U.
it's that's like that needs to be like an actual team name. It's like it just rolls off the tongue. But we do see the day 3 level 11 turnover here. Everyone kind of prioritizing camps. Besides a couple teams in Koba's looking to recover here. One of them being Micah.
Micah sticking onto the res. Should be able to get that. Well, TNN kind of staring him down like, do I look for it? Do I want to actually do anything? ISS get an easy revive, but they are going to be quite battered despite it. Their armors aren't going to be the greatest. Didn't even get to check out their relics to see what kind of position they're in that way either. I feel like ISS, despite Micah's heroics right now, are going to continue to be on the back foot.
Yeah. We see BBY a little bit split, but kind of starting a little behind on the drop. They're going to be making their way in from the left. 3 squads posturing above Koba's here. As we do see level 11 on the Lemur squad fighting the level 9 ISS. Lemur looking
for the easier targets, as mentioned before. Wukong goes for the 6-monkey strike, but Cow try to intervene. Micah debating whether to grab that Sky Shark or help out the rest of the team. ISS continue to get chased down by TNN, but TNN has to escape with Cow back into Kobayashi's. While Pine, they come in. Micah was just for the distraction. Pine decided to punish LWU, and Caesar gonna jump over into the rings. Micah still avoiding a lot of the attention while the rest of ISS have moved up They could try to get B-Bonk, but Cow have never left. They only momentarily went into town, and now, as they have vacated the vicinity, they decided to look for the engage onto the other two players, grabbing Hack, looking for the slam. Even with the E-plat, they can jump to chase down this Zeph. The Zeph has been able to momentarily escape, while Pine, they collect all the bounties from those previous fights.
Yeah, beautiful look there from Team Pine. They get the double tonk from Bebok into the wall. Teammates able to follow up, get a couple of kill confirms through as everyone kind of scatters from the north. We got a reconverge on the south. Look at all these colors mixed.
That's
Magical.
a lot
The nighttime
of
Coma's fight.
Oh, ISS, I didn't see Micah actually did get toppled finally. The kingdom is gone for the bunny, and ISS are out of here. Well, Tetraform from Iridaneth has been put up, but just to escape, trying to get out of Kobayashi's. And as you had mentioned, Zick, look at how many colors we have coalescing around Kobayashi's. Now it is daytime, so probably not gonna have the fights inside of town, but outside of it, you better bet they're gonna look for that smoke. Quintuple U nearly had half, and they have broken shields on Oath with a nice dash away from Berserker. But Jimmy does not want to stop just yet. Might have the Screamer to help out, or that Dragon Slam. Spin dash from Berserker, but no health was remaining.
Nice. Yeah, Quintuple U, I really like this comp, Magical. It's a Bebo, a Wukong, and a Kingpin. Just all like super kind of aggressive, run at you, crowd control, delete type characters. And all three together, if you get caught in one crowd control, they can just chain it until you're dead, basically. So it would be really cool to watch them operate here. LWU almost finding a pick, someone able to get a recall off there. Still a bunch of teams in Cobas. Whoa, that air blast was so close. John SUPERVIVE shifts it with like a millimeter, bro. Oh
so
my God.
Close. And here, Rich holding on to that crown. A minute 10 left, but it is now nighttime. Good night, guards, and hello, fighting, as the chain is there, and they see the crown on Rich, who tries to escape with a fusillade, but no health was there. They take away that crown, and Lem stare down OTP. Half, knowing that he has to sneak out of the town somehow. It is nighttime, so he might be covered by the night itself, but more fighting. Quintuple U and Lod were almost looking like they could have dealt more damage to one another, but it's Lod who go for the escape. Only Lod's still nearby, waiting to see if he wants to join his teams on the E-plats. Missing the slam, missing the pulls, missing everything, and eluding the Dragon Slam going wide. They re-engage, and Lunaris, that was a little bit of weird interaction we saw on the screen. He momentarily showed up, and now with the Dragon Slam from height, Lod's is gone. And they can look for the actual Lons, who goes over the abyss with the Necromancer on the outskirts, staying far away.
Yeah, and there's just Pamu hanging out on his stick out there, like waiting for someone to come his way. Lod's able to get away with that Soul Stealer, barely. John SUPERVIVE still trying to get away on the Illuni here. Flame Dave gonna get those shifts forward, connecting the 5 Infuser Magical. It goes huge.
I'm telling you, it's so big. Everyone, as you mentioned, copying Micah Munch, and with the help of the jet stream, John SUPERVIVE tries to get the mantle, get to land, so he's not overheating. Back over the abyss with a dunk from John SUPERVIVE to take him down on that bunny. Dragon Slam, though, finds his name and takes down the bunny.
Nice try there from John SUPERVIVE. Almost able to really nice kind of force into that spike. Is going to get caught. Pamu's been lurking on that ledge for like a minute or so here. Oh, Height finding the double slam into the dunk. Huge pressure on LWU.
Tsunani, he vacates with Caesar going the other direction. Quintuple U, Height throwing out some of the blows. They got the burn on to Caesar, but he is fine. He's got that jet stream. We even saw that they were able to escape, but not able to escape was Half, who was the last one left for DKS.
And we saw Half hanging out up here. Look how sketchy it's getting in Cobas, bro.
Hello, B-Bonked. B-Bonked. That's the great thing about Bebo. You can just toss your B-bomb even outside in the storm to look for the revive. Well, Ghost had been taken down by Ham off screen. This is the big fight that's been brewing for how long, Zick? Too many teams nearby Kobayashi's. Quintuple U, BBY on the other side of the stump, while Lem, they do have Ham playing very aggressive, but not actually looking to see if he can find the full fight.
So it looks like Pine able to sneak into Storm, get a res out of this Cobas circle, but so many teams just around this Cobas angle. It's actually hilarious.
It's honing in on Kobayashi's too. That is insane. This is normal weather, I think. There's nothing special about the Storm, yet we are going to Kobayashi's, and they were looking for the dunk on a BBY, but immense. holding on.
Ooh.
The last one left for BBY. Dragon Slam with the spin too onto Immense, but out in no man's land is a free respawn beacon, but is it just a bait that Caesar had put down? Might have been, almost was able to find the heroic dunk from Jimmy, but Immense goes right between the two teams. While Quintuple U look for LWU. Slam only getting a little bit of damage onto Caesar, but he'll be fine. Another respawn, this time out of the store, and they put down the B-bomb. Immense tries to avoid, but finally gets slammed down.
Really nice try from Immense. If there literally wasn't a Bebo there, I think he gets that res off. Really nice 100%. Play actually from Jimmy here to toss that up. Big awareness. Has the Blinkstone on the Bebo. Really powerful with that Tonk. And that actually Quintuple U's been kind of dominating Magical.
Yeah, they have. Like, look at that, 4-2-4 for their kills, so double-digit kills going into this game with still 8 squads remaining, 22 players left. Quintuple U now playing up against Lodge. A nice crash has taken down Lodge. The fake one is gone, looking for the real one, who is now over the abyss and on your frosty platforms you created. E-Plat not gonna save him, or is it? He heals up.
Wow.
So much change, barely missed Lodge. Full looking for him as well with the Dragon Slam. Lodge gone. Lodge down to 1 player. While Quintuple U have taken away the land that Lodge had held before. Now Palm with a nice pull from Flo. Looking to crash back with the Dragon Slam. Slam in the back line. Making sure that Zep is getting punished, but he was invulnerable. Not only for so long. City gone. Then the fight onto LWU as Tsunami has to go backwards, trying to make sure they're staying safe with the rest of LWU.
Bro, these NA top players are playing like they haven't had a real tournament in a while. It's like they're just perma fighting. It's awesome. And this is like the beauty. Oh!
I saw that play attempted. He was looking for the Tonk Blinkstone, but then it put himself in a bad spot against Lem, who found a beautiful play. Giant Spy is down now with the Tonk V-Bonk crashing backwards, but they are still fighting everywhere. Ghost has been taken off screen, and then LWU losing 1, but then Cow 2, they lose 2. TNN, only 1 remaining. Quintuple U, Height has put down the plat, but there they go. Quintuple U gone. LWU diving on top, looking to see if they can take down Lod. Make 1 more that joins the bench. 2 squads gone in the blink of an eye, but there's still so many teams left here, Zig.
Dude, the amount of freaking deaths that just happened is like maybe more than I've ever seen in like one just like sitting. So many squads left in the smaller circle. Fuselaut haven't flamed out. Look at him crack the crown.
TNN, he's still alive, and E-Plat that's about to expire. He has some time. They look for the crown on Flame Dab. A minute remains. Pine gone. Team Pine down to 1 player as well as they try to punt him back. B-Bonk takes out Cow before he might ultimately fall as well, as long as he gets someone to join him in the icy grave. Then the fights elsewhere still Flame Dab holding on to that crown solo.
Legitimately like 6 squads wiped in like a minute, bro. Just absolute madness out here. We have our down to 4. Flame Dave left with the crown on the ship, trying to make the match happen. Oh,
Palmu! Beautiful Dragon Slam finds him the second he is off that E-Plat. And like you said, so many teams gone, only 3 remain.
Palmu, one of these players that's really been scaling over the course of not just like open beta, but like the beginning of 1.0 here. Palmu is like a legitimately one of the best, if not like contesting the best Wukong in NA, and he's got a disgusting Saros, and I think he plays multiple other characters. He's just like really kind of continued to impress me from, you know, being one of those players, Magical, who was like, you know, basically newer to the comp scene in like, you know, March, April or whenever.
Yeah, exactly. And Palmu, I will say, Palmu has taught me a lot when it comes to how to play Wukong, just watching them. But I got to put that on pause because there's going to be the full fight. Nice second win, but the chains connect, and LWU, they've been patient this whole time. Lemur, that Bebo, looking like he wants to find John SUPERVIVE, but he is over the abyss, and he'll be fine. Palm, they are alive as well. OTP, they might have suffered a loss, but they have the chance. John SUPERVIVE continuing to play aggressively, was looking for the kill on the other side, but he gets pulled back in. The slam doubled up to make sure the bunny can't escape that time.
If one doesn't work, just throw the second one on top. Gets it through there. Nuke coming out from Lemur, gonna pressure this fire and position from OTP. They do have Crown in play, 2 members, high ground. LWU continuing to force it, but Palm from the top.
but Dylan still survives, threading the needle. Lunaris also going to join him over the abyss, staying away from the fight. LWU and Palm now hold on to the land, but as the circle encroaches, OTP are going to have to play into the hands of both these teams that have better control of the circle at the moment.
Yeah, and we do see LW leveraging that ice to buy themselves, like, make a little land to control here, because we do see this next shift coming right toward them. So between the E-plat and the ice, they are creating kind of a base to play around in this abyss gap, trying to make sure this doesn't happen. The Pamu dunk.
Duke. I'm looking at Dylan, though. Lunaris as well. They've been waiting. They got the Fusillade. They've got the damage. Dylan's got the chains connected, but couldn't find the dunk, and Lunaris is already out of there. He was able to blink back, but Tsunani, he's been split away, dodging barely from the Dragon Slam. Team Palm, they might have lost a player, but they aren't out of it either. They saw that Lunaris is now by himself. Those chonkers are pointed the wrong way. Damage, but it's going to be Dylan with 15 seconds left. 6 monkey strike, tries to get away. They had the Bevo. They look for the crown. He is so close to tip. Dylan needs to hold on, though. He's only got so much time left, though. 5 seconds denied. Lunaris is found. They look for the slam back, and the combination of LWU Palm take out OTP, but now they got to do blows. They got to look for Lemur as he looked for the monkey, but the monkey is going to find that slam in the back line instead. On to him, and now as Caesar is in the storm, it is only going to be 2 left for LWU. Pamu playing so aggressively. Same with Flow. City has been waiting in case anybody tries to escape, but now the team is in danger. Caesar back into the game. He's been able to find the revive and looking to fight the monkey over the abyss. Might be dangerous, but they've got a lot of damage. They've got the Kingpin low as well, but Lemur is going to be the casualty. Caesar trying to slice back on a City, but Pamu stands resolute and strong, leading the team to victory.
That was a crazy final, bro. Just like back and forth, back and forth. Like, in the end, though, Palm just playing that really well, and they were able to lock in that Soul Stealer kind of ahead of time, and definitely helping them in this final fight. But this is a scary comp here too. The Zeph, the Wukong, especially an end circle like this is like mostly Abyss. We saw the Wukong just living forever there, despite the Lemur Bebo just beating the crap out of him with his bat. It just doesn't matter when he can go up over the rock on the shield and just like fly away. But like I think, okay, wait, I gotta. There's a storyline here that I have to bring up, actually. This is the perfect time. Okay, so Lemur has begun a movement, and this movement, it's not a cult, guys. There is Kool-Aid, but it's not a cult. It's just a movement, and it's a
hold on. That is what all cults say before they become a cult.
Yeah.
Just gotta put that out there.
It's just a movement, but there is Kool-Aid, and the movement is when you play SUPERVIVE, you no longer really care about ranking up or winning. The goal is to kill all the monkeys in the lobby. And if the Wukongs go out before you go out, you win.
You know what? You've sold me. I'm joining this cult.
You want a drink? Here's some Kool-Aid.
Give me the Kool-Aid. I'm down for this cult. This one is one I can get behind. Get all the monkeys. Okay, look. We can address it. The monkey needs some nerfs. The monkey needs to be brought into a little bit of a better and healthier state. We all can admit this. But this is where I want to go back to the conversation I was trying to bring up with Pamu, because I think Pamu has been one of these fantastic players, as you were talking about, someone who has grown so much over the course of their career in a very, very short time. Like, absolutely impressive to see how much they have gotten from, like, being this beginner who is kind of playing in the scrims but never really being able to show up, to being one of our top players.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has come from the myriad of practices they've had through the course of the scrims that we had for open beta and now for 1.0, but also the dedication they've had with the monkey.
Yeah.
There are few players where I'm like, I like seeing you play the monkey. Pomamu is probably one of the few that will get the pass on the monkey.
Yeah.
Because he plays it so damn well.
And these guys that have like a really high kind of mechanical skill level, so like it's really like in my head it's like Mellow Kenneth, Height, Pamu.
Yeah.
For
Kenneth
the like the NA. Say it again.
I said Kenneth is one of them who also
yeah. Like those, when I think of those three, those are like just, basically mechanically disgusting players. So if you put them on a hunter that's kind of broken with the amount of like tools that Wukong has, like, of course they're going to destroy people. Like,
what is this drop?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, bro. I had one of these last night. This is exactly what I was talking about. You get like 5% of the map in the path.
What? Now I have seen some wild drops, but this one's gotta take the cake.
This is gonna be a fiesta.
Alrighty, I'm preparing. I'm already ready. Video content W drop in the chat. I am here for it as we already have two teams. Pine and BBY already having the fight. Jang being the first casualty with the Volcanic Crusher trying to delay for BBY to get away. But guess what? Lamb, they are here too. And BBY, you're not in a good spot. You got to exit towards the engine. Well, we got a lot of teams that met up in the Molten Fortress as well. OOOTECH is looking scary. Teams grabbing themselves a Sky Shark in order to get to elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where it's just like drop and scatter. The couple teams that are contesting kind of out in front here, what we would expect. Pine with the strike, but look at this, 3D level 6 finds level 1 half.
Oh my god, and a great pull right away to already drag him into the fight. And right now, Lem, they better be looking. They should be hunting teams in OOOTECH, because if you got a level 6 already, any team that is here is gonna feel the hurt. They are gonna feel the pain. And Pine, I know you want to farm up and maybe get yourself some gold armors. This is a strategy we see over and over again for BAP, but in this scenario, it ain't gonna work.
Looking to maybe ninja this chest here. Someone already got it though. Is gonna just call it off, get in the Sky Shark, or not get in the Sky Shark. A little recall angle. Yeah, but yeah, on the level 2, you definitely don't want to look against these level 6s. But it looks like you know, whatever LEM did off the drop, really building quick tempo, claiming quick ownership over OOOTECH.
Wait, what storm shift is this one?
This is
normal weather again?
Here, I can look at. It's supposed to be normal weather, bombing, bullet, portals, twister. So this should be bombing run.
Okay, got it. So gotta look to see if we have the bombing run. So I haven't seen them just yet, but it is also just the beginning of the game, despite the weird drop. And now we get to see how the teams have spread
Look at how
around.
the circle shifting too, though, bro.
It's still weird. Like sometimes you get these extreme drops, and then it'll like slowly shift inward, and so it will be kind of normal. Here it's like, nah, I want to continue to be weird. We're gonna have the fire. We got already the fire from bombing runs, but now we'll bring some molten lava into the scenario too. Which is weird. I love it.
We do see Laud claiming a little bit of Cold Fang farm, not a crazy amount of gold. So they missed.
What do they got? Like they got. Yeah, they didn't get nearly as much as actually. Now that you mention it, I would have thought they would have gotten a lot more.
They're still kind of hanging out. Well, I guess they were more in catacombs, not quite into Cold Fang there.
Yeah. Could have probably gotten more. It is early game, but here's the fight. Quintuple U and Cow. Chinese Spy. He's going to avoid danger, but now Cow, they dash back into the outpost height, looking for the Dragon Slam above their heads, and then the pull to drag them out, and that's not safety for TNN. Like you said, absolutely beautiful combination there from Height and Chinese Spy.
Love the teamwork there. That's like what I was talking about last game. I called out the crowd control on this team. That's it in action. Like one goes through, you're dead, because like the other two teammates can just guarantee their CC on top of it. We see it in action here. ISS on a pretty big split. We see Packed way over here south of Ion, kind of getting intel. Looks like he cracked this fall. Is going to get a recall off. Calls it off. Might be a little sketchy with Laud's
I forgot to switch my scenes back so that we can see the game. So we missed it a little bit on my screen, but it's okay. We got it on yours. So
really, nothing's happened except farm yet for the most part. We saw that
for the most part.
Early
a couple
violence,
trades here and there. Just got to see the weird drop that we had, and now we got to see how teams are moving around and which teams are in a favorable position. I like this from OTP though. They are looking like they're doing pretty well for themselves outside of the armor, even if they're out in the storm. I do want to see if they're going to be able to remedy that problem that they now have.
Big shout out to Dylan FPS here, the host of our tournament, the organizer of it all. Also done a huge kind of effort to organize in a scrim since, you know, basically like the beginning of this year. Has been helping Jang run, you know, the NA scrims Discord and doing stuff with OOOTECH and helping organize little tournaments like this. So Dylan, the actual GOAT, has actually given over to the dark side here. Magical dropped the brawl for the Wukong after that last end game circle.
Shame, Dylan. Shame. I understand though, you know, It's strong, it's in the meta, but here's the fight in Ion Acres. Nice ball
BY!
mechanic. Crusher locking down, get packed, but the buddy
my
grabbing Ghost and hoping that Ghost on out of there
he does it!
beautifully. No! Dropping him into the abyss.
No, packed.
Unfortunate for Micah.
Oh, 7 packed, bro. That was tragic to watch. He's so
He
sad.
had it too. It was a great escape, but then you just see the Wisp got flung out into no man's land and falls to its demise. Well, speaking of demise, Berserker cannot escape from OTP as teams slowly but surely are going to have to move their way into the Molten Fortress to fight one another. And we see Bro, Jetpack just got respawned and it just gets put down just as quickly in Mana Coils, leaving Micah on the run again for the team.
This is, if you're not on the run and you're playing the bunny, you're doing something wrong. This character is meant to play from behind. Half of her kit is rezzing her teammates, so if you're not dying on the bunny's team, you're messing up. And we see Micah playing it to perfection here, bringing everyone back. Fighting over here in Molten, though, Magical. 4 teams looking at each other.
A lot of teams. Lem, they already put down the chains for Ham, and Ham scaring away DKS. Playing defensive gameplay. Probably a wise. Once you see a golden brawl, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to deal with that. We don't even have full relics for half, so we're not in a position to really take on Lem yet.
Yeah, and we see Cow snagging their relic buy as well here. Most teams getting full build online. LEM looking at this engage, but level 9's here for Cow. Big advantage. Oh, the grab comes
3D2
through.
what? Goes right past everyone else.
Madly.
Grabs Madly as he has to go up into the air with the Eye of the Storm to be able to escape danger, but that means that Lem get themselves that Guardian. TNN above their heads on the high ground. Just punting some damage onto Lem, but not nearly enough for the rest of Cow to feel like they can play aggressively, even missing their Primal Slam. But now that TNN, he saw Ham go for the long play around them. That means that Cow have lost their advantage. The high ground now forfeited to Lem. But Quintuple U are on the other side and waiting for Jimmy to arrive, be the one to lead the charge as he misses the pull onto Madly.
Quintuple U always kind of lurking for fighting. BBY actually on a tear this game. We see another knock coming through. They might have lost a member in the process. Jang is down, but getting some kill confirms through. LWO lurking on the flank here.
Tetraform already burned. So now that the Tetraform is gone, Uradeneth is going to have to peel back with Immense, but Laud, they have
nice
Lauds
car.
nearby, was kind of threatening BBY, but he's going to go out into the storm momentarily to escape danger. While Laud have to fight against Quintuple U, they've got a lot of damage as they are chasing onto the Necromancer. But LWU have been here this entire time. The chain's missing, not connecting onto Lauds. Means that Laud, they're going to be fine for now, but they realize that the Necromancer does not have the team, so the cat, gone.
See, LW looking pretty good too. Chinese Spy finding a grab into the slam. Caesar going to be just fine. Grapple out, looking to re-enter here on the Quintuple U. Height up on the pole, kind of getting some intel. But here we go, Magical. Everyone kind of coming into this final circle. This is like colors on the map, just so mixed in together here. We do see Meteor Beast down. This is going to be, if I can pan in here.
Yeah, right now there's so many teams. Revive for Laud, they'll bring back up the team,
Corrosion.
but Corrosion is going to be the soul that teams could fight for. Big for LWU, and they'd much rather focus on that. While Cow, they've been staying by this outpost for a long time. Madly stopped out of the Eye of the Storm, and he is going to be quickly made work of by Jetski as they try to see if they can save Despi. Only TNN, their Star Flash has already gone for the retreat backwards.
We've seen a lot of these like prolonged fights where teams look at each other, engage, kind of back out, get space, reset, and then re-look. And speaking of that, multiple teams eyeing each other right here. Pine making their way down from that northern Caps farm after we saw them kind of pushed out of IMO, and it is Lods on the recall here to connect with his team that is right in the middle, Magical, of like 4 squads.
It might be better if they recalled to Lods.
Yeah, he did call it off.
Yeah, as opposed to the other way around, because Necromancer, Lods, they're in a bad spot. They need to get back with the rest of the team, while Cow continue to find themselves pinched from too many sides, even using Grabby Squid to try to escape an Abyssal Breaker with the help of Lem to get rid of Star Flash, but then the pull from downtown, Dragon Berserker, and out of danger and into a better position.
I didn't even see. Oh, Berserker has like a weird skin. I was like, what was that green visual? It was the Oath skin. So just TNN left here for Cow. Pine looking for the grapple strike.
TNN, I like that. And he looked for the dunk, but didn't have enough damage. And now being bonked right over his head. He's overheating TNN. Do you have blast off left? No! He is blast downward as Cower, the first team, eliminated.
TN really close to making something happen there in the 1v3. If he gets Pine, he gets the reset. Maybe able to do something. Berserker, Abyssal Breaker out.
Dragon Slam onto Rich as he tried to blink back, but he is taking a little too much damage. And even looking at the rest of DKS, broken armor on all three. And that's why they're trying to escape. But then we see right on the outskirts of the vision that LWU, they got Lunaris, and now the respawn from BBY, but that is going to be completely interrupted. Way too many teams surround BBY. Aerodynamic, even with the Tetra form, does not give enough land to work with, but DKS, they have been able to at least steal some of the armor that he left for them on his death box, but Lemur playing forward. LWU waiting for the Geyser to see where Berserker is going to go. No chains will land. But instead, we see that there are teams nearby. Quintuple U could intervene in third party, but LWU, they're going to farm up instead.
And we do see Lod's positioning up here is going to get punished. They're taking out, going to be last member Necomancer for Team Lod. Made their way back to the middle, but last member level 9 on the Myth Magical. This is going to be very hard to pull off.
And Micah noticed them. We see that Pine, for Team Pines, lose out to LWU, and then joining them is going to be Team Lod. Micah winning that one pretty easily, as now we are thinning the herd slightly, down to 7 squads.
It's actually so hard to deal with the way Micah plays sometimes. Like, actually, that just reminded me. I caught the beginning. I need the rest. Here, I'll pause that thought.
All right. He's got to pause that as the Sky Shark will explode. ISS on the northern flank, possibly onto LWU. LWU have been staying themselves well within Wellsprings, not wanting to go into the Molten Fortress, but Quintuple U had a good fight initially onto DKS. Despite the fact they haven't picked up a kill, they have shredded that armor with the Gravity Squid, landing onto Rich, but Rich over the Abyss has been able to manage his escape, but he's got a long way away and a lot of broken armor going through all the pots possible to survive.
Lunaris, I think anywhere but here, just instantly shows up in the middle of everyone and is going to get instantly taken out. Quintuple U finding another pick here, going to catch Caesar.
Nice tonk. Oh, but he does hop off of the car, getting back with the rest of the team while ISS stare down LWU. But LWU, now that you've been noticed, you're not in the best spot. Lemur getting burst down, somehow slips through the fingers of Quintuple U in order to get back with the rest of the team. But we are losing real estate. There are still 7 squads. Well, we have thinned the herd. We haven't thinned that much. Tonk barely missing Berserker as Lemur, he has that B-bomb that scared Rich from continuing the chase, and even Caesar getting interrupted on his recall. Couldn't join with the rest of the team.
We do see multiple squads kind of falling here as Circle closing in, everyone clashing. A nice fan out from Lemur, going to get some space to the north as DKS continuing to look for engages. And the Molten Fortress continuing to be contested here. LEM on these gold armors looking very strong with the 12s and 13s. Magical going to catch OTP here maybe.
Chain onto the monkey. He hops onto the pole and hopes that gives him enough elevation to get away, but they notice exactly where he is. There are no trees to jump from. You can't go tree to tree. Be George of the Jungle. Spotted over, forcing out the 6th monkey, but guess what? Chain onto him, but not gonna follow it up because LWU, they hold control over the Abyss, and they will be the ones to take down the monkey. Dylan, wait, what? He was kind of stuck in a really weird spot there.
This is okay. This is Colt Lemur. I mean Lemur's movement, running down the monkey at all prio, has the Soul Stealer. The more Soul Stealer stacks that are Wukong, the happier Lemur is.
And one more was onto Dylan. So yeah, just the handshake there from Ham saying, all right, we got rid of the monkey. Monkey down. Good job, everybody. We can go home. But there's still another monkey here. You see for Quintuple U. They throw out a little bit of damage onto ISS, who are right in the middle of, wow, a lot of teams here. Everyone surrounding ISS's position.
Yeah, while we got a second to breathe here, Micah has this rewinder. What I was going to call before is he's so good at autoing close. Nice, beautiful route into the napalm, but the grab from Flo. Support Kingpin, bro.
Making sure that monkey is not going to be taken down that easily. Even if they did get a lot of damage and broke some of the armor, he's going to be repairing that just slightly. What the full fight that's happening elsewhere. They already were able to drag out DKS. I think it's just Berserker left for the team. Lem, they realize that they focus their attention on a Berserker with the chains already connecting. No, Rich is still alive, so even if Berserker dies, at least they have hope that their Shiv can get a revive with a crown.
So Caesar finding an entry over the top. Oh, 3D, beautiful shift, primal slam into the abyss. Just going to be Lemur left for LWU.
So 2 teams that have 1 player left wearing a crown. They could get their MVP status online, but ISS, they look for the route on to Kingpin, while Quintuple U and Palm trade blow for blow, only getting health bars mitigated and lowered, but not actually finding kills, while Lem finding themselves in a very similar position. Flame Dive was taken low. Flame not going to be joining with the team just yet, not until he notices the time to strike is now. Micah, the last one, the bunny, has been able to revive Wubby with their blessing, but the Wubby Bay monkey has to go elsewhere from the bunny.
Yeah, heads up play from him there. Micah just so aggro. He uses that rewind, wants to punish the box res. He just plays this bunny so aggressively.
And right in the middle of everybody.
Dude.
And I love the movement from Micah. You see how it's so hard to predict exactly where Micah's going to go at all times and how slippery he is at every opportunity, going right through everybody where they don't expect that. They're expecting to try to go around. And he's like, I'll just go right between everybody.
Yeah, and playing the level 4 shift, so he gets a full air hop reset, the big one, most impulse dash in the game, and he's running double dash. He's running the base gloves of speed and the rabbit paw with the Vive infuser, and now the rewind to back it up going to be maybe impossible to kill as LEM looking.
DKS down to Rich. They would have been able to revive the team, but he doesn't have Berserker in the back pocket. Berserker was over the wall and had to wait to be able to get back down to land. But ISS, they finally lose Micah. And whenever you lose the bunny, that's when trouble is to be had. And Wubby has to find some sort of revive for the team and kind of swapping up the armor. But the full fight between Quintuple U and Lem, there's going to be a Ham first one taken down. Quintuple U still standing strong. Height having that exotic red armor now up on the pole and looking where to throw down the Dragon Slam. Decides to use that defensively to get back with the rest of the team. While 3D2Y has been pulled back into the fight. Kingpin tried to survive, but second win will not give him second win. Instead, it's going to be his own demise. A nice slam onto Palm as they are over the lava and they're starting to melt, burning a lot of flow. Holds onto his life while DKS look for the flank onto Quintuple U. A slam from Monkey See, Monkey Do. Height, though, he's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, look at Quintuple U just been farming damage this game. 3 red armors on these guys. Wubby Bay still hanging out in bush over here, waiting for an angle to live. Palm have a nice kind of spot to the north, but they are going to be last to move in here. Multiple teams will be looking to kind of guard this angle against them, but I think Quintuple U probably in the kind of strongest spot here. In the maybe worst spot is DKS, 2 members with a crown, well, excepting Wubby over here.
Watching it, Rich, though. So close to being able to get that crown off. Nobody trying to take that away. Maybe LWU have seen their moment with the help of Height. Denied right at the last second. DKS's revive, but LWU might have overcommitted. Now they're going to get sandwiched between Palm and Quintuple U, but somehow Lemur gets away. It is at the cost of Tsunami, but at least Caesar and Lemur will survive.
Yeah, and Wubby's still hiding unfound in this bush. WWU, Quintuple U continuing the violence. Flow, nice slam forward, followed up by Pamu.
Height's gone, one monkey down. Can the other monkey follow? Lemur wants to make sure that happens, but instead it's just going to take the stop and grab the team back up with a nice crash back, and they have City. There goes the support, but they might be able to get the revive despite it all, even with the kill. Palm are not done. Quintuple U, they have found the last player here, but guess what? Wubby has found himself right in the middle. He is a tree that nobody suspects just yet. Paul barely missing Lemur.
Yeah, the fact that where is Wubby? I don't
right
even...
there, right in the middle, right in the middle.
I actually don't see him, bro.
Right back where Quintuple U get.
Am I blind? Wow, bro. He's actually so stealth I couldn't freaking see him.
No,
dude.
No, Wubby!
Lemur has to see this tree.
He knows, and now Wubby, he was so sneaky for so long, above everybody's head, and I don't think he's gonna be able to have that twice. 4-6 monkey strike, but Lemur knows where he is as LWU push back the monkey, but Lemur's focused on a different monkey. He wants to take out Height with a pole to drag in the other players of Quintuple U. While ISS are gone, they still have to deal with the fight here between the 3. Slam onto Kingpin, Chinese Spy keeping Height alive, but they are still dealing with Palm. They won game 1, and now they're looking like they may be able to take game 2. Quintuple U lose Chinese Spy. They only have their monkey. Palm missing the Dragon Slam, but they've gotten rid of the golden armor from Caesar with dash back in. Crash in, not connecting. Palmu slams the dragon down onto them as Palmu takes full control. LWU, another Dragon Slam onto Lemur. The cult not looking so good as the monkey's been able to fight back, while Height has grabbed himself a crown, but he notices that he cannot fight against Palm. Not just yet. He'd much rather deal Tsunami, but Palmu finds his Dragon Slam onto Height's monkey, saying, I am the superior of the two monkeys. There can be only one king. While you might wear the crown, I want to steal that away from you. Palmu again looking for the Dragon Slam, and there goes Quintuple U.
This is madness. Height gets caught there. Just two spots left. Huge. Taunt into the storm. It's just going to be Tsunami.
Tsunami getting slammed again, and Palmu finding another victory for Team Palm.
Dude, Team Palm looking strong out here, actually playing these end games really nice. And City and Flo kind of following up on what Palm is doing on the Wukong. Like as soon as a slam comes through, Flo following up with a slam into a backstab. City just keeping them alive. On the Zeph, this comp and this team actually looking really strong so far.
Really
keep in mind, guys, that so we run these first 3, right? And then after 3, we redraft. And then it's going to be new teams for the back half of the tournament. And then the points are scored individually. So there will be winning players and there will be winning captains. But these aren't like even the set teams for the whole tournament. So we're going to see like another mix up of everything after this next one.
Which is why it's a lot of fun to watch these draft events, because so much can change with the teams, and it's really about how you can adapt to the new surroundings you find yourself in.
Absolutely.
As captain, obviously you want to draft around like the strengths that you have as a player, but also knowing these players because they have all played against or with one another for so long, so they know what they're usually going to be able to bring. But there's also a lot of that where it's like, you don't necessarily want to play like in a draft event with a player you've played with that much because you want that additional practice. Plus, it's kind of fun to be able to say, I beat my teammate.
Yeah, and they're actually not allowed to pick their own teammates in the draft.
Oh,
like
sweet.
Of you know, recent teammates. Like if it was like old, it's fine. But like yeah, but like a lot of these players have played against each other a ton, but not necessarily played on the same teams. Like they played on the same teams a decent amount, and like they get, you know, on each other's teams in solo queue sometimes, but in a competitive environment, it's a little bit of a different experience. So it's always really cool to see, because we're basically like, I guarantee you seeing kind of friendships form up in the different, you know, voice channels that these guys are hanging out in right now. And you know, I just like, it kind of just like warms my heart to think about like, you know, these guys like becoming like a tighter group and having a better time together.
Same here. Like it's always just fun to see and see how the players can adapt. Oh, guess what? It is time for the best Storm Shift, the one that everyone loves, including myself, because everyone has to love it, because I love it. It is Bullet Train.
Let's go, baby. Here we go. We got Bullet, Portals, Twister, Cross Country. Yeah, these are going to be some spicy last 4 games as far as Storm Shift goes. Ivsa says Lemur just hunting Woos. He literally leaves Wubby to go 1v3 the other Wukong team on the Vivo right there, using that Soul Stealer as much as he can.
Exactly. Just sees Wukong like, all right, that's what we got to get rid of. But the thing is, I actually understand that. If you let a Wukong go, who knows when you're next going to have an opportunity to actually get rid of that Wukong. You might as well, when the cooldowns are gone, try to kill the monkey, because monkey just has to wait for those resets, wait for the cooldowns to come back up, and then he's back up on the pole. He's got this huge shield, is invulnerable. Suddenly there's 6 monkeys there, and you're like, which one's the real one? And
then they all slam you, and all your health is gone, and then...
And you're like, I should have just killed the monkey.
It is easier said than done for sure, but I completely agree with the sentiment there. And something I was going to call out last game that we kind of just kept putting on pause because the action is, we see Micah when he's fighting. He's very much like playing in people's faces, and he's using that Aluna movement to like constantly be sidestepping while he is like guaranteeing his shots. And I only caught like the first minute of this, but actually Kenneth made a really cool video kind of studying Micah. And I need to watch the rest of it still, but it like he basically is like almost like a stream VOD review of kind of the way Micah plays Aluna, and it's like a really cool video So if you're kind of interested in like a little more of the
I gotta see
tactics of the bunny, I think that's probably like a really great watch. That's on Mellow Kenneth's YouTube channel.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to have you link that to me later because I want to
will.
watch that.
Here, I'll drop it in chat in between the games here after this.
Yes, perfect. Perfect. So that way everyone else can check it out as well. But we're back into Imotech, and despite not having quite the weird drop like we had in the last game, we do have two teams. Gold armor already picked up for Lem. 3D2Y, Flame Dab, they grabbed that early, but then Lod, you see they have the same. They have double golds as well. Looking like they could possibly fight, but I think the level 4s for Lod make it so that they don't feel nearly as confident.
Yeah, and like in this situation, when you already have 2 golds, like in your down levels, it's like let's just take what we got, you know, not be greedy. Let's get out with our 2 golds, get some levels, and we're happy with, you know, 2 out of 3 rather than trying to contest
Actually,
the
they
team.
ended up getting all 3 because Lod's picked one up as well. I think they were able to find one in one of the chests around Imotech, so they grabbed that for themselves. So they end up having all 3 have it. They get out of there and are going to be very happy with this situation.
Yeah, so 5 golds making their way out of Imotech there, and kind of spread on the rest of the map for the most part. We do see Team Pine down here in Coldfang in this early gold start. We see Lemur squad over here in Academy, actually deep on the split farm. Lemur solo in Academy. We got Tsunami and Caesar way down here in Machine and Scavenger. I really like this actually.
We did see a lot of early drops, and with how the drop was, it was pretty much from the northwest into the southeast. It went right over the middle of everything. They saw so many teams drop early, they knew that they could wait it out and that they could spread out like they did. But we are having a bit of a fight in Frag Isle. Half getting a nice slam onto Lodge, but Lodge doing the same back to Half with Half down, below half health, down to no health. And all he need is one last tick from Lodge to be able to grab that Kingpin. As he is pushed all the way around looking for that Primal Slam. He was hoping for the kill, but he is now burning, overheating.
Yeah, nice try. You saw what the kind of the Kingpin was looking for there, trying to bait the brawl into the dunk. Not quite able to do it. Is going to go down. I did like the engage on the slam because he saw the Shrike shifted forward, but in the end, the Shrike's team was there to follow up and his wasn't. So ends up going down. It looks like they're going to be fine though, as we see the res come through up there. A couple teams eyeing each other in Ion Acres. Lots of teams kind of around this Chaos Steps area based off of that drop you were talking about.
Even just staring out where every team is at the moment. It's funny because normally you see teams at the beginning, maybe a couple teams will drop with one another and then everyone will scatter afterwards. But we have seen a lot of teams where it's been these almost like stare downs between 2 squads holding on, saying, no, I want the farm. No, I want the farm. Like right here, ISS, Wubby Bay was looking for the Primal Sand on to BBY. As ISS have not really given any control over Vein Grove to BBY, at least not for free. They're constantly getting these slams too onto BBY, throwing down the arcade railgun, which means that BBY have been separated. Micah on the hunt of Jang, the bunny being the one feasting, the true predator of these prey and predator combinations.
Yeah, and once you're kind of behind health and you're on the run, nice slam from Aradaneth there, trying to punish this Micah Munch Aluna, but with Wubby in range, it's going to be tough to do so. Keeping him off. They do have the level 7s too, so even harder. Yeah. Oh, he gets him! Aradaneth's going huge!
Huge, and now has Tetraform, but the Dragon Slam just a little bit stronger, was able to go over the wall. Packed, making sure that they're going to bring back up the team. Aradaneth, that was a nice Volcanic Crusher to take down Micah, who played a bit too aggressively against a Tetra, but unfortunately had to deal with a Monkey too.
Yeah, multiple teams fighting over here in Ion. We see Height go down right away. Actually, Palm are winners of last game. Big tempo on Quintuple U. Chinese Spike caught the nade.
I mean, right now, Palm are winners in general. They've won both games so
yeah,
far.
true.
They beat
They are the
Quintuple
winners
U.
at the moment.
Only Jimmy's going to be able to survive from that fight as Palm continue their victorious streak. They are outpacing everybody.
The amount of times we pan over to Micah and he's just like in the middle of a squad of 3, like just bouncing around is like ridiculous. Doing it right there, reconnecting with Wubby. Looks like Wubby on the recall, gonna go back to Pact over here and get a little relic buy. Probably get those last perks online. These teams continuing to, actually this is Pine moving up from Coldfang here, looking at Palm, little level advantage.
Nearly finding it, but Pine, they are going to stay healthy. They've got that blue armor, while Palm, even if they have been fighting early, They are behind the armor gain. And they are struggling a bit on that. And they realize that they, even if that was nearly a nice Vortex Charm from City, they have to play more defensively. They're looking to see if they can catch them out and then, like, play the poke and prod, where they just get a little bit of damage, then they go back.
And it looks like Team Pine has other plans, recalling to their base and Enshrine, want to get this level 2, day 2 level 9 online. They are going to be doing so. We see very much on the day turnovers, teams splitting to go for these camps. BBY trying to play around this one, but ISS has something to say about it.
Volcanic Crusher. It is going to be the Tetra taken down. Now Wubby sees BBY, and they have been bullying this squad. ISS in control. Immense healing up a lot, but they've already got the tag, and they've taken down Immense, leaving only Jang on a Sky Shark to escape.
And this is basically our sub squad I mentioned at the beginning, but I'm rooting for BBY here because they are definitely kind of like playing from behind as far as like the picks and bans, or I mean like the draft went. So Jang is going to get a lot of space and probably find this suicide res just fine here. 4 squads still up at heart. We see 4 as well mirroring over in this race row, under row area, and Pro and Lemur squad eyeing each other down here.
Already the chains have connected, looking for Caesar, but as they've sent down the Pokeball, maybe they're going to be able to get something, but the minion decided it wants to stay away. LWU, they're also going to stay away from Pro.
Oh, this is El Wukong, bro. This is what this stands for. It's El Wukong team. I just realized.
Oh, I didn't realize that either. That is funny. Ooh, Caesar is diving in. Depsy taking a bit of the poke, but is going to be fine. Healing up, getting some of that armor repaired before they look like they want to fight against LWU again, but we did see that there's more deaths happening. BBY, uh-oh, they are down to only 1. Never mind, they're down and out.
Lemur will only draft players that don't play Wukong. This is the requirement to play on El Wu.
I love it. I love to see it, and now El Wu, they are playing aggressively because Pro, well, actually, I'm surprised they're playing aggressively against Pro. They don't have a Wukong. Maybe that's why they're playing a bit more defensively against them. Like, I don't really want to fight you, but if I have to, I will.
We do see another Bibo hero, Bebonked, with the Super Tonk, or the Super Zeep loaded. Nice slam over the top.
Looking for the B-Bomb. It's not going to connect, and Pro have already gotten rid of Pine. There's another B-Bomb launch, getting good damage on to Krista, but it is still going to be that Wisp denied all the same. Pro have already gotten rid of Pine. Now Pine,
that is the
his team's trying to get away.
boldest
They got
recall.
yeah, what a recall.
Jeez.
Just to go back a little bit too, and then put down the B-Bomb onto the respawn beacon, then get scared away. Nuke launched by Ghost, and they're going to be a Ghost soon because Pro have noticed where Krista is, pushing him out into the storm. Salvo for salvo as Ghost will fall.
Nice little distract, though. Going to give Bebonked a chance to get away here. Lots of space, too, but has to be careful with Cow making their way down to the Enshrine area as well. We do see both Meteor Beasts. This is a more common occurrence than it has been in the past Magical. The Meteor Beast spawning close enough to kind of Venn diagram the soul zones is always like an interesting thing. Sometimes they're even closer than this, but we've noticed that happening more than it used to. 3 teams fighting up here, though.
ISS find themselves in the middle of the sandwich, but because DKS lost a player already, they're going to be the team that decides not to continue that sandwich. The bread was crumbling a little bit too much, and they'd rather get onto the bullet train for a respawn, which they should be able to get. We look at Team Pine, Grabby Squid from Quintuple U, chasing them into the abyss. Bebonk did not get the Grabby Squid tech, and now Height is up on the pole. Dragon Slam with the Primal Slam. Slams down, get Bebonked.
Nice try. I've actually been practicing that tech on Bebo, and it's a little hard to pull off, especially in like the heat of the moment. It's really easy to miss the bomb actually with that grapple. Lunaris in a really rough spot here, is going to get slammed from Jetski.
Good slam, but now Dylan already bringing them back to the team pretty much immediately on Bullet Train, but we see as they had disembarked.
Wait, Quintuple U is W, you Wukong, I just realized, bro.
Oh! I like Quintuple U better.
Yeah, we'll stick with W, but I just realized there's a war of L Wukong and
funny.
W Wukong happening before our eyes.
That is really funny. Did not realize that either, but I'm glad someone did. At least one of us has a brain. I definitely not me. I'm just the yellow
Hey, it
guy.
only took me 3 games, so.
Hey, it took 3 less than it would have taken me, which is I would have figured out none of them. So here we go. Lod, Lem, staring one another down with a slug wave, getting some damage, but already having to disengage until Lodge falls. Strike down. Lodge the next one with the chains connecting. But as Necromancer does not want to have the fight, Lem have separated Lod.
No way.
They didn't notice Necromancer, or
Hands
did they?
off.
Yeah, they did. All right, so just get him into the phase walk. He's gonna try to juke him away, but guess what? He's gonna have to snap back to his former
Wait, that
position.
phase walk recall was insane, bro.
But he didn't really go very far,
Yeah,
just
he
over towards
would've
Underrot.
Certainly would have liked to have the base camp further away in that situation. Nice,
Yeah,
still in the
though,
Darby.
in the vault, still fighting against Flame Death, trying to avoid all of the damage from Shiv, but now a Brawl is in there, and in tight corridors, you're gonna lose out to the Brawl.
Oh
but
my god.
I do believe there's already a revive. But now onto this island, as we see full Abyss play. Team denied the respawn.
That was a nice
Pro
pickup.
now in control. Nice pickup, as you talked about, from the LWU squad. Lemur still having to run away. Tsunami is still dead, so they are not going to be in the best spot. While teams are fighting over Bullet Train next. Lodge trying to push off LWU, but Lemur is now on the train. Might have to ride it a bit into the storm. They have Tonk Tonk if need be to get back into the circle, but it's not looking good for the LWU squad right now.
Yeah, so much pressure out of multiple squads. The W Wukong squad over here. Big double slam
Nice
from
slam.
Chinese Spy into the super seed.
But where is Hyde? That's the question. WU, you're playing for the Woo. You need quintuple U's Wukong to be there. Jimmy missing the Tog Tog, but they've got the damage. And with 3D2I grappled from the Squid, they've got the play because LWU have shown up out of nowhere while Hyde could not pick up the kills. Has to get back to land with Jimmy. LWU see him, but they don't actually try to see if they can push the issue any further. Instead, they'd rather get onto land and hold position there.
Yeah, and I think they're eyeing the W Woo squad, the War of the Woos, as they make their way down here. We'll see if L Woo, yep, they're wanting to run this down. Really, remember, the win con is not win the game. The win con is outlast the Wukongs.
Oh, and look at this cow team. Madly on Aluna, TNN on Jin,
Oh, what the
Starflash
heck?
on Brawl.
This is crazy, actually.
That is wild.
I don't know
to
if
me.
I've seen any of these guys on any of these hunters before. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think so either. I wonder if they just all random, to be honest, as we do have still every squad I think is up, right? Or did we? No, BBY is out. We only have one squad that is out at the moment, but because of that, we are running out of land.
Yeah.
We are right between Prisma Falls and Underrot. 11 squads still here. Pine, I think the last one for Team Pine. So the King Pine hoping that he can survive long enough to get a res off somewhere.
This is a sketchy spot for him, though. We see El Wukong trying to eye. Pro going to be right in the middle. Pretty sketchy spot, actually. They need to look for this engage onto
Pokeball.
Quintuple U. They find it.
Stun, pull, Tonk Tonk missing, Quintuple U. They have height up in the air, but his slam is only a defensive one as they try to get away. LWU then see Cow on the other side, but look at this, Zick. There are way too many teams here. E-Plat does not help out when you're not above it. Pine's been taken down, and here comes the train, narrowly avoided, but it's going to be the slam back onto height when W only have Jimmy left. They don't have much place they can go. ISS, they're forced off the E-Plat as well. They're looking for the slam onto John. Super
Wubby.
5, leaving Dylan alive, but alone in the wilderness against so many teams around your position. It is dangerous to be out alone. You need something to defend you. Well, Lod, they are pushed back. It seemed like they were caught out, but guess what? LWU, they can flank onto them, try to sandwich, but they missed their opportunity onto Lod. Pro will push them back, missing their own pull, while Jimmy uses the slingshot to get right past everybody.
Yeah, Jimmy working that B-bomb grapple to get some space. Basically no space to play for as we see DKS pinched right in the middle of Cow. They're going to force the issue onto LEM here.
Missing the pull, but looking for the slam. Looking for the gold armor on Lem. They've got damage with the Abyssal Breaker, but it's going to be Blizzerker who's broken open. Now Cow here in the fight. They want to join in half, forcing out the slug wave from 3D2Y, but neither of them having enough damage onto one another. ISS Micah
wiped.
has been taken out, but we still have the fights
Oh my
every
God.
which way. Jimmy tries to go right between everybody with the cart, and we see Pro getting chased down by LWU, but they are able to escape, get onto the tracks. Still so many teams left. Zick and Jimmy is just playing for survival. He's playing just to live as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, the Vivo doing work for the W Wukong squad, and just like that,
Bro.
pro deleted pinch between Elwoo and Cow here, and that Tonk, disgusting, gonna send two to their deaths.
And only Star Flash is left for Cow with LWU. They had that E-plat, they get back to land, and I'm still looking at who's left right here. We see the DKS, they got a Kingpin. They don't got much hope.
No
Maybe
way.
he can get onto the
Oh my
train.
God, Hal.
Can he get it long enough, though? This is going to hurt a lot. You have enough time, maybe, to get back into the circle as the team has been resurrected. But you have to hope that you get into the circle in time and the team can still survive. Oh, no. Only Berserker. He might be able to save the team, but here's Palmu, the pull on a Rich, stopping the Wisp, leaving only Berserker. We also saw that Cow did lose Star Flash eventually.
It would have been such a clutch res there off. Jimmy, last member left, still living here, finds the
last one left for so long for Quintuple U. I'm not sure how he's been able to outlast so many teams, and he might be able to outlast a few more as he takes away the E-plat.
Lemur sees the W tag and is looking at the fellow Bebo there, like maybe we need to end this Bebo, even though it's not a monkey, because there is a height monkey on that team. But fighting continuing up here. Palm now under a bit of pressure as it might get pinched.
Double
Palm
slam.
answers back, yeah.
Palmu doing a good job, but still there's not that much real estate left. Trying to steal away the crown, but not getting it. Jimmy
I love that
nearly missing it. He needed that so bad. Might be able to get the slam back on the Lodge, but he is looking at the fight that was happening on the tracks. Or going to be Lunaris that's been taken down now. They try to see if they can engage as well. And then there's going to be John SUPERVIVE gone. OTB only have one left. Dylan, the Wukong, hoping for survival. Lemur was kind of staring him down. Jimmy has found the crown. Dragon went over the abyss, but not in time for his own slam to be able to bring back up the team. Quintuple U, I'm still looking at them.
Jimmy is gaming, bro. Jimmy is straight gaming out here. What the hell?
Right now.
This is beautiful Bebo work here from Jimmy. You love to see it. Fighting continues. Avalanche out here. Triple slam down from Palmu. Going to connect. Oh, but they're getting pressured. The third flows down.
Flows down. Our back-to-back winners right now struggling as LWU look for the damage onto Lodge. Lodge over the abyss. Caesar, though, sees this moment, gets the dunk, while Jimmy does not get the tonk onto Dylan. Dylan forced onto the pull, looking for the Dragon Slam, not getting enough damage onto Jimmy. Jimmy still fine on his little island. The slam, they got the kill, but they still lose flow because he respawned right into the train.
That is so... I actually didn't even know what happened until you said that. I was like, wait, someone just insta-died.
That's what happened. Palmu got the dunk and Flow revives as the train collides with him.
Some mad magical train madness summoned right there. Another one. Wait, is that our first train death of bullet trains?
First train death of the bullet train. And it happens in the weirdest way possible. Poor Flo is the one at the receiving end of that blow.
But it gives Jimmy the chance to recover here. Slam traded with the iframe from height is going to survive that dunk. Now W Wukong has the full reset, and L Wukong looking at him to the right as LEM trying to pinch Palm into him.
Forcing Palm out, and the train
number 2
claims another one of our back-to-back winners. City now gone. It's only Palmu left. The hopes to hold on to the outskirt, the circumference of the circle, but he doesn't have much time left. He's overheating. Back onto Prisma Falls, but guess what? The other monkey found the monkey, and the king of the jungle goes over to Quintuple U, but then they have to fight against Lem, getting a lot of damage, and now pushed back. Here comes the Swarm, encroaching on their position, nearly missing the train, but now that LWU are here, they send the bullets flying. They look for the push back. Lem are gone. That is going to be our Quintuple U versus LWU, the two battles of Wukong supremacy, but right now, it's looking like LWU are the team that are taking that victory. Mods are still in this game too as the third party, but it's going to be only 2 for Lod, 1 for Quintuple U, and 3 for LWU. Train finds both! And somehow he missed the grabby, avoiding the tonk for a height, but then Caesar on the warpath. They've got the chains connected. Dragon Slam, not enough. The quintuple UU squad avoiding the bullet and avoiding the blast off back on the bull once again. But it's not looking too good for him. He's got no health left. LWU find the supremacy over Wukong.
Let's go. LWU finding the victory over W Wukong squad. I love the battle in the end. This is the lemur crash out era in its peak right here. And keeping him from crashing out is that big dub over the Wukong there. I really love to see it. And this WU team, or LWU team, like looking like performing pretty dang well. And on the Bishop, they've basically been on the Bishop Brawl Bebo the whole time, and it's looking like a strong comp.
I honestly, it really is. Tsunani is an amazing Bishop. I've seen some insane work from him on that Hunter in many games. Lemur too, great on Bebo.
Yeah,
and just seeing how they're able to play in that one. Like Caesar's a newer face for me. Like at least when it comes to competitive, I know of Caesar. I've played with them. I've played against them. But just seeing how they've been able to perform in these games has been really good to see. Like they definitely are impressing me, and I hope to see more of them in more of these scrims.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Because same thing. Where I know him. He's like you know, hanging out in Blue's SUPERVIVE Discord, so I see him posting
where
Discord.
I know Caesar from too.
I've seen him in game, and but this is the first time I think I've seen him maybe in a couple scrims, but he's actually looking really good on the Brawl, and Brawl not an easy character to kind of like pull off, so has to have been kind of like grinding and practicing, and it is, he's had some really kind of clutch plays come through for our LWU squad. And here, Magical, we are into the redraft now, so let me see.
So I was gonna see where they are for that. Okay, I think we should hop down and let them kind of do the draft, and then we'll show it, we'll get everything ready.
I'm down, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
I really appreciate everyone hanging out in chat.
Where the captain's at? What are we missing?
Pensato, Kenneth, Ivsa, my goats, Lurk, and Rakto for the gifted. Thicky's hanging out. Zodiocon from the beginning. Korean Fever's in. Let's go. If you're still here, Korean, I think the prize pool is Audio Puppet supporting John SUPERVIVE. Let's go. Oh, and A1 Twins too. Love the support, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I think the prize is TC coins, Korean Fever. It's like a good chunk of TC coins to, because it's scored by players and captains. So it's going to be, I think there's like 3 winning players and like a winning captain or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's going to be TC prizes to them. And then first place is like Dylan, who organized the tournament, is just fronting a cash prize.
Being OCD about.
It's for the devs, not me.
The devs. It's for you, bro, color guy.
Hey, there's actually bans? That was real?
If the devs need
That
numbers,
is real,
we need
bro.
numbers.
That is real.
What the heck?
Boy.
What's I gonna play now?
Yo, Flo.
I don't know, bro. Read the form.
We saw that train crown, bro. That's so
Bishop.
tragic. It's just instant.
Where are the bands?
That's just funny as well.
Brawl on KP.
Yo, GG's, you guys are gaming out there.
This is the best
Team
news I've
Palm
ever
is
received in my
clapping.
entire life. Wait, why is it Bebo banned,
KP's
bro?
whatever.
Really?
KP's whatever, bro.
Can we ban
ban
Bebo?
Bebo.
Can we ban Bebo, please?
Look, but so many
Please,
people,
I wish,
just
bro.
lost so much value. Holy shit.
Oh, here, bans.
Lobby
Brawl,
ban's not big
Wukong,
that's
KP
the name of
ban.
the game, bro. What can you do?
Gonna look
Okay.
completely differently here.
Pick comps. I am gonna start the draft. Jang, you are our first pick.
Encore.
I just put my hands on the keyboard and then yeah.
Right.
I just like could
Bonk.
see your reaction when that happened. I'm
What
gonna
the
grab
heck,
some
man?
water while we're in this little break here.
You
I'll be
figured
right
out the strategy, bro.
Was there
That's my
next?
duo.
Jimmy.
Oh, wait. Bebo player
Yo,
value.
I'm taking my Vivo players.
Bro, that's all I wanted was a Bebo. Please, leave one.
Okay, Micah.
Flo.
Pomu.
Give me the dictator. No, it's mine,
Boy.
bro. Okay, I get SP. I get SP. It's fine.
Jetski.
Fuck, man. Give me, Tsunami.
Or
I can pick Tsunami.
you can't pick him, but he's been on your team too
fuck.
often.
Give me Flame Dev. Play it, David.
Lemur.
One moment, please.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for crossing them out. I appreciate it. Oh, dang. I will do Get Packed.
Ian.
Give me Rich.
Fine.
I'll take Tsunami.
Lots.
Todd, you muted.
Give me Madly.
Lunars.
What the hell, man? I was gonna be mad.
What the freak, bro?
What does CD play? I can't find him.
He's a sub. And he plays Zeph.
I'll
mostly.
take CD, yeah. And then for my second one, I'll do. 3D do 2Y.
Odds.
Give me Spy.
You have to pick
You
from
can't.
yellow.
You can't.
I'm
Yellow.
not sure, bro.
Oopsies. Give me Star Flash.
You just pick the
Fine.
other Kingpin.
Give me Caesar Salad. Wait, isn't this just Lemur's team from last one? GG.
Oh, what
Wait,
the
he
heck?
won, right? Wait, we're good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a go to team. Go to team.
Oh, W.
Ian.
Give me Spy.
Lemur.
Wait, was this asked before? What does Ghost and T play?
Ghost Note.
Ghost.
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 It was Krista, Zeph.
Okay. Give me Wubbington Bay.
Let's go.
Wait,
That's
plot twist. Plot
Uh,
twist. Lemur just picked a
Give me
Wukong.
Immense.
I want the CEO. Wait, no, I'm yellow. I'm green. I'm green. I will take Azarath.
Amu.
How did the CEO do, Dylan?
Is this legal,
You're
man?
gonna have a Luna, bro. You're gonna have an Luna.
Give me Ghost.
Micah.
Is it pronounced Arid Deneth? Daneth? I pick him.
Aridineth.
Berserker.
Aradineth. Dude, I struggled so
Nico.
long pronouncing his name. I think it's Aradineth. Aradineth.
Alright, you got John SUPERVIVE. Jane, you got App.
Wait, Jane
All
got a
part of my
coded team.
plan. All part of my
Wait.
plan.
Wait.
Okay. It'll be like a few minute intermission. Get you guys' teams together. Good luck.
Let's go. All right, so we got. Oh, we'll see it in the lobby here.
Oh, when Zick gets back in. There he is. Already back in. Had a quick snack while we were watching
Nice.
it too.
Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, I got a quick water.
Got myself my little adult Lunchable. I don't know if you've ever had them. They're like little charcuterie boards. It's like like a.
Oh yeah,
really-
adult Lunchable. I still
I would
just buy
call it
Lunchables sometimes, Loki.
I do too, but sometimes they have the adult ones where it's just like I want to feel a little fancy.
yeah. And it's like maybe a little slightly better for you somehow.
Just slightly, very very slight. But I still buy the regular Lunchables too. It just depends.
Yeah, depends on the mood. I like it.
Yeah,
That's like
exactly.
some of my favorite stuff to snack on is just like some meat and cheese, and if you have crackers, it's even better. But
Right, exactly. I know exactly what you mean. It just
like like if you go to like a party and there's like a good charcuterie board, I'm just like it's posted up like nearby.
oh no, it's just like you feel so bougie, but man, it's so tasty, and I'm just eating all of it, just like.
And it's like there's such like thin slices of meat. You gotta eat a lot of it, you know. So you can just hang out there forever.
Like, my wife too. Anytime we go, and there's a party and there's like a charcuterie board, she's worse than me. At least I'll make sure I eat a cracker with pizza cheese and meat, so it's like staying even. She'll just straight up eat the meat. she's just like, give me all that. I'm like, babe, you should have everything else. Because now everyone's just gonna be left with crackers and cheese.
She's like ruining everyone else's charcuterie experience.
Well, you know how she
meat.
You want to know how she fixes it? She gives me the cheese and the crackers that she normally should eat, and says, "Well, you eat it then." And I'm like,
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, usually it's pretty good cheese. Like,
Yeah.
Like when it's the charcuterie board, I'm like, no, it could be worse.
Dude, so did you see the plot twist in the draft, Magical? Lemur picking up Wubby Bay, Naughty Monkey with the icon. Look at this.
But I think they're banned. I think there are
Oh,
bans.
true. Lemur, yeah, that's actually such a good point. So maybe we see the Wubby Void.
Wubby Void, let's
go.
That's what I want to see. I'll be honest, I was really hoping that he'd pick Void once I learned they were banned. Wubby, once I heard they were banned for the Void, because I want to see if they bust out some cool tech.
I think
Lemur is really good at Void too, so it's I would love to see that.
And we might see like a Celeste pickup from Lemur now, because I think Bebo, he's cracked at him, but that's kind of his anti-monkey strategy. Like Bebo, probably one of the best hunters into Wukong, and so I think it'll be curious to see with Wukong banned now. Does he stick with the Bebo or does he drop it for some Celeste maxing?
I'm also curious to see how much more Tetra we'll see. It's really weird to me. Like, having done like a lot of the events for NA, APAC, and EU, we continue to see these differences in regions. As we're getting more hunters too, it's really getting more obvious. Where NA, we have Wukong's like just across the board, Wukong's gonna be the most strong, right? But over in EU, Kingpin still reigns supreme, but Tetra is actually really big as well. Not nearly as big as, say, the Wukong or Kingpin, but in a very surprising way. And there are some damn clean Tetras, like Cookies. If you haven't seen Cookies,
I actually
Tetra,
haven't. I kind of want to now.
Oh, masterpiece. Just with the grabby squid too, using that perfectly with the volcanic crusher, then landslide right after that, so you just see this burst of damage to make sure they nearly always get a dunk. It's insane.
Nice. That's cool, because we haven't really seen her like picked up by any of like the top players in NA. Like a decent amount of people play her a little bit, but no one's really like trained her to the point of like true mastery like we've seen him do with with the Wukong, for example. So yeah, I really like that call out. A couple that I do see that have been scaling up in NA on the Tetra. I know Immense has been just training Tetra kind of exclusively for the last like week at least. Eradaneth is another one I see on the Tetra quite frequently. But yeah, there really isn't a ton, of like players where you think of them and associate them with the Tetra, right?
Exactly. I want to see more. Like Tom Kick has been starting to pick up Tetra purely from watching Cookies and be like, man, this guy's so good at it. And you're just seeing a lot more players in EU than NA play Tetra. And so now you have Kingpin Tetra, to me, that are really what define EU's difference from NA. Wukong is already insane, regardless. Like, just that's the number one. NA, I think our big one is Bebo. We just don't see like any Bebo played in EU. And to me, that's also wild because I feel like Bebo, as you mentioned, is a great pick into Wukong. So it's like, it's so funny to see pretty much nothing when it comes to Bebo.
It's
over
always so
ATU, but-
interesting to see the regional differences because it's so
Yeah.
like we saw like a massive difference like you know like a month or two before 1.0 with Bishop, right, where it was like
Yes.
she's just everywhere
way,
in EU and
I
like
need you to
literally
stream the games to me on Discord.
oh sorry I was like wait, Magical's whispering to me, what's happening?
Anyways,
My bad. I
yeah,
got
the
you.
Bishop was a big one for a while.
Coming up right here, share screen.
Hey, here we go. Wayfig now, 'cause I believe we're almost ready for game 4 now. Wait, they kept it on bullet trains?
I think they might be behind a storm shift, but maybe because I think it went double normal weather for the first two. So now we're on. Maybe we're just doing back to back. Maybe the last two. Will be the same.
Maybe. Yeah, hey, I'm down for it. More bullet trains.
Yeah, true.
No problems for me. You'll never see me complain as we get ready for game 4. We have swapped up the teams, bit different, but we also do see that there are bans. So it is no Wukong, no Kingpin, and what was the last one?
Wukong, Kingpin, bro. I
Yeah,
literally
know,
just
right?
saw the sheet.
My brain, my brain's escaping me when it comes to what it was. I saw it. I'm like, okay, it's these ones. No, I can't remember.
Dude, it's driving me crazy. I actually can't either. We'll figure it out as we go here. We're getting onto the map action pretty quick here into Chaos Steps. We got our El Wukong squad with a Wukong now on a carbine. Plot twist indeed.
Very different strategy seeing, but here for DKS, they got the level
Wow.
leads. Only level 1 for LWU. Do they try to actually chase them down? They are finally realizing how low they are and how easy of targets they're going to be. Only going to be able to get Wubby. And like
It's gonna be a really rough spot here though, Magical, because Lod to the south, and they're still on the level 1, and it's gonna be LEM right at level 5.
Oh no!
Actually, in the sketchiest spot here. Somehow Lemur has wings at level 1. Not sure how that happened.
He probably just picked it up off the ground, was able to find that somewhere, then tries to get out of here, but it is not looking good for LWU.
Dude.
Let's get packed. Lemur both spotted out. They've been sent over the abyss once more to try to get away, but it is looking dire for the team as now Lod in the middle of Molten Fortress Cow. DNN is going to reset while DKS, they got themselves level 6s and they've got themselves power, but the Sky Shark about to blow means they have no desire to go through that blast and put themselves in danger.
Yeah, it's always like such a coin flip to go for those level 1s. We saw them really close to getting the stagger shifting forward, but in the end, it's going to result in this. Pact is going to be able to get a recall through, but Lemur's still level 2. Here we go. A little bit of XP, but Wubby still level 1, no res through as BBY looking at ISS.
We see it. They push back BBY, but level 6s on all 3 of ISS. That's why BBY decided to retreat, send themselves through the rings and through the jet stream in order to get to the outpost so they can build up those relics.
Yeah, nothing like a good early relic buy. They're going to get at least a couple online here right at the level 6. We do see Pine again, Cold Fang start a little contested this time though as LEM looking in from the north. See armor on Ham is opting over to the Aluna instead of the Brawl. Big
Brawl's
robber
the one
on
that got
the
banned.
vault.
Brawl was the other
Oh,
one
there
that
we go.
got banned.
I knew we would figure it out.
There it is. Yeah, so there it is. I just couldn't think who it was. And that's also another big difference between NA and EU. We play a lot more Brawl. Or Vivo and Brawl. We see a lot more of those here.
Interesting.
My dog is really wanting attention right now. But speaking of attention, we got to look at the attention given in Cold Fang Keep. Another pick here. This time looking at Lem, making sure they get themselves a nice, easy one. Picking up the gold, picking up the kills, forcing Pine to go for this reset with the respawn in desert as LWU, they don't seem like they're getting any freedom anywhere on the breach.
Yeah, so they did get Wubby up, but traded Lemur for it. It looks like Wubby is going to get the box res onto Lemur. Pact has level 6, Lemur has level 6, so maybe really down on gold, but at least some levels coming through. Still on the deep poverty, though, maybe going to get some space from the Sky Shark run up north, but we do see the circle closing in as teams kind of start to collapse on each other. ISS riding Sky Sharks of their own to this relic shop and get this fairly early buy through, and they're going to be looking good.
Yeah, it's very early into the game, so not really going to be too threatened by the storm damage either, grabbing their relics and looking at a lot of them Dreadstar for Immense. And with Grabby too, I am watching Immense and the movement they're going to have here on Tetra. Like I said, having watched a lot of EU, especially looking at Cookies. Cookies probably, in my opinion, is the best Tetra I have seen at the moment. Just absolutely perfection when it comes to that hunter.
And like what it really takes to get there is like training the hunter every day, all day. And you know, ooh, there it is, the Dreadstar.
Pokeball getting the stun, but they were able to kite back, and our two Tetra teams about to trade blows. Blow has been pushed over the abyss, but Flame Dev with the Fusillade.
Oh my goodness.
Put power out and make sure it's only going to be Flow left as they try to get out of there, but it is going to be difficult to escape. Arcane Railgun onto Flow. Just this one Felix, the Fox, trying to burn down the competition, but he is the one that felt the flames and will be the first team to fall.
And that is our Micah squad. So the Aluna as well as Iradaneth on our other Tetra. You mentioned the Clash of the Tetras at the beginning is going to go out there. Really nice fight from Pro. And what I was going to say right before that is this Pro team, the names are scary. And then they were already kind of ahead on builds right there. Basically full build without boots before that fight. And, you know, with the Dreadstar as well, beautiful execution. They get the Wombo through. And the delete. Now we see our W Wukong squad. I love the height lemur kind of like standoff here on these teams. The bomb entry. Oh,
I love it on the Sky Shark as well. So they get free damage on Ghost, then free damage forcing away Azarath as they are barely able to get behind the wall and escape the danger. But W Whoop, they're still playing really aggressive at the moment.
Yeah, and with those level 7s, now 8s into day 2, everyone going to be contesting these camps. LEM still on the level 7 themselves. Looking to trade in the 2v3.
Tonk for B-Bonk. Ham was the target, but he was able to narrowly get away from the Grabby. Instead, we'll hop onto a broken and battered Sky Shark and get out of dodge.
Yeah, we see Ghost Note on the recall here, very close by the Pine squad. Everyone looking for their level 9s here. You see how contested these camps are. Lots of level 7s and 8s left because there's 6 squads in Prisma. Magical.
There's 6 squads in Prisma. We had a couple teams there at the heart, but WW Woo, or our quintuple U, they were able to get back into Ion Acres. I'm still looking at our teams. We already had one team knocked out early. And how everyone else is kind of moving around at the moment. Lem, I think they're slowly working their way back into the heart. They actually did get the revive off. I was wondering if they had or not. I'm curious. It's funny, looking at Ham, I was talking to Ham right before, and Ham was even saying how he's not playing nearly as much Brawl as he had, and has been putting a lot more attention onto Aluna. I feel like Micah has started a revolution when it comes to a lot of our players, as unfortunately this bunny is going to be spotted out and an easy pick off for Pine.
Classic caster curse there. Magic just puts him into the dirt. GG. We do see level 10 here for 3D2Y opting over to the Fox instead of that normal Oath look. And Cow on their level 9 looking to contest. Want this creep. They are going to get the punch through. Get that XP online. So now everyone level 9. Got to be careful though. BBY on the lurk and Palm all to the left for the 4th.
As we had Palmu, another player that had to swap up their styles because Wukong banned away. Now back to something they've played many, many times way back in the past on that Oath. But we are looking all across the breach at the moment, Zick. There are so many different fights happening here and there. Madly goes up into the air, but gets pulled away by the Tonk. Jimmy, perfect on that. And then a nice snipe from the Necromancer to take down Madly.
So I just recorded a Bebo video with Protofo like last week, and he was showing me how the Tonk it has no verticality. So wherever you're at, a jewel being up, anyone being down, it will just hit them if it's in their path. And we see it in action right there, pulling the jewel down. As now, BBY and OTP fighting over this meter beast, looking for the stagger on Jank's side. I do think OTP walks away with this one.
You know what that means to me is that Tonk has so much gravity and mass in itself that it pulls everything towards it. As you got to mention that, Lod, they do fall. Our second team eliminated here in the second half of the draft.
Yeah, and like still kind of a lot of space on the map, but we do see more and more clashes kind of happening. DKS and Pro looking at each other down here. This Pro squad off to that, you know, kind of nice start, got the squad wiped through. Pretty even look though as far as armors, builds, levels here. Continuing to look.
Thought for a second that Flame Dab was going to start the fight for the team, but instead just was looking for a little bit of pop shots onto the back line. DKS doing a good job of reading that, getting themselves in the outpost and a lot safer of a position.
Yeah, and I really like Jimmy on the Bebo is looking good, man. Like that movement in the end game.
Jimmy's been a very good Bebo for a long time. Like I said, NA, I feel like we have so many good Bebos, but here's going to be a fight as OTP, if they engage Golden Beam, it's a Mercury here for Team Pine, but not enough to heal through all that damage. It's a trade of 1-for-1. Tsunami then blasting back. Now they've got them locked down, but Jang shot out of nowhere. OTP, Lunaris getting sniped, nearly taken down by BBY, but it saves the lives of Pine. They get back into the fight, and BBY, they now stare down Pine with a Vortex Charm onto Tsunami, but golden armor for Team Pine. BBY, they see that and they don't want that. They just want to collect the bounties, pick up a lot of those perks that are left on the ground.
That was a beautiful golden beam from Caesar there. And we do see Negomancer taking damage from Pro. Pro finding another pick, ranking up those kill points. And teams kind of looking at each other up here, but action might break out around Pine getting pinched as BBY makes their way to the south. Cow to the north in a rough spot here, Magical.
Vortex Charm, it's got Tsunami, but he was able to peel back. But base camp control is not in Pines. It's gonna be the engage from Cow, trying to get the talk, but they had to stare down BBY, realizing they are third-partying this, and it's not as easy.
It's so
Vortex
rough for
Charm,
Pine.
Pine backs up to the wall, easy targets. Only Tsunami is out of there. One apiece for BBY and Cow, but now they have to deal with their repercussions. They have each other now to face off against. Fusillade pumping some damage from Rich with low health bars from BBY, and a nice grabby squid from Chinese Spy. Lod's gone half low. He's now taken by the Tonk, driven out to his own demise, but missing the grabby Zeep. So instead, maybe it's going to be Jang up against Rich. Jang getting back over to the tracks to try to avoid and put out a little bit of damage, but now the Chinese Spy is there. Jang is going to be an easy target.
Dude, we gotta shout out Tsunami for that play, though. They get pinched so hard there. He finds the perfect Bishop ult out without hitting anyone somehow. Like, when they're getting collapsed on by two teams, insta-reses his squad. They're right back where they were at basically full force here. So beautiful look from Tsunami there to keep Pine in it when they looked like they should have surely been squad wiped there.
And BBY then getting eliminated themselves. So despite narrowly getting out of there, half eventually gets spotted out by a completely different team, DKS. They got that one, and then going back over this previous fight. Pine! What a shot there! The 360, but unfortunately for him, Quintuple U shows up, and Cow, they are still chasing onto Pine, but now they have to realize they're in a bad and tricky spot. They narrowly get out of there, grabbing the Tonk for two, but Pine, look at how Pine plays. He never plays passively, despite being alone. Grabby Squid looking for Cow. This strike against the world, but he is overheating, and now he's got to feel the heat. The rings only giving him a little bit of extra time, while Quintuple U are still on the mainland.
Pine just disgusting on this character, and with these long claws, actually such a deceptive range. Looking for the combo onto height here, shifts back. So comfortable playing this Abyss. Magical has the grabby and the ground with the shift. Is gonna get grabbed
but
back,
a nice
though.
grab Zeep, grabbing Pine, and goodbye Pine. You have had so many miracles, but you couldn't pull off a third one in a row.
And right at the same time, we see Team Palm getting a couple kills through as well. And right where Pine went down here, DKS engaging on Azrath. Jimmy looking for the Tonk, but Azrath gonna go down to Abyss.
Jimmy still playing aggressively, and then Pro right behind DKS. Lem lose land that now falls below them, as even with the E-plat for DKS, it is going to be Lem that are chased down by Quintuple U. DKS, they go down south to survive.
Yeah, it's actually like Jimmy again. The Tonk gonna catch two. Big damage out, but reverse from B-Bonked.
As B-Bonk then dashing back over to land and staying away from DKS, waiting to heal up before they can re-engage. Had that grabby landed, probably would have pulled the trigger, but Pro, they've been biding their time this entire time, waiting for their moment to engage. They've taken land away from DKS, but Quintuple U gonna be the big target. Nice rock wave, but the rock did not save the Rock Queen. Immense is gone. E-plat soon to give way below Pro. might have to go back and see where else they can retreat to, but there isn't many options for Pro at the moment.
Yeah, I like that rock wall, but is going to get punished. I don't know why. Won't let me pan up here as Palm continuing the violence. They got one down from Cow. Chinese Spy
man.
trying to play the Wisp. Rich takes the angle to the south. Chinese Spy probably going to get caught.
Grabby. It through the corrupted zone, and still Chinese Spy. He is somehow getting out of this one. Vortex Charm barely connecting, but he's still, until Bamu spin dashes his way to find him. Rich grabbing the crown, but runs right into Quintuple U. No longer has that Sky Shark, has to go back up into the fortress that you just lost the fight against Palm 2.
And it looks like Lemur, last member left for our El Wukong squad, is going to be able to recover here. Jetski does not want to let this happen. Really hard to kind of run down Lemur Revo, though. Here's our counter Wukong squad. Nice bomb grapple is going to hit the mantle right there, so slow him down a little bit, but enough to get some space. Trying to find some options here for Lemur. And Rich as well on the crown play. Going to be about half the time left. Going to play this Abyss angle. We're closing in on the tracks as we do. Magical getting pretty spicy as still 6 squads left.
A lot of teams left, but 2 of them down to only 1 player. It means that as we play around the tracks and looking at where we are exactly too, there's a lot of Abyss. Lemur hopping on his cart, tries to go right between everybody, but he wants the crown. He has this one moment to steal it away from Rich. Even having, he doesn't actually go for the grabby, instead realizing that he was a bit safe. There's a, what?
Jetski dies to world somewhere. I'm not sure what happened there. Pro down and a member
maybe?
again.
Like
yeah,
confused whistle? A very confused whistle on that one, because I don't know exactly what happened there.
I'm not sure as either. Trying to see if we see any boxes on the track. There's a couple. There's a team box. There's a single box. Not sure what happened, but we do see everyone kind of looking to find their space in this next shift down to the south. DK is going to have to move here. They're going to pack up their fire. Cow as well. See Palm posturing to find an angle in, but our W quintuple U squad. Sorry, I start with a W and then I remember it's quintuple U.
I know, right? I almost said that at the beginning as well. It definitely was one of those things that sometimes gets you, but here quintuple U, they have the majority of the land that's really in the circle at the moment. And so they're going to look pretty comfortable with how teams have to play around them. They already have the base camp, but a nice nuke has been launched at them to get rid of that comfort.
Yep.
While we see the respawn beacon they have built, they are more defending it at this point because they don't want any of these remaining teams to be able to utilize that if they are able to beat them out and keep them over the abyss.
Definitely, and like really tricky spot, working their way down on tracks here. Both these squads fighting for this position into this next shift. It looks like DKS kind of winning it, forcing Cow out. They're going to have the worst angle in. Speaking of angles in, Palm find what they need to push quintuple U off here.
They were the ones who sent the nuke at the base camp. They take control of some of the land, and now it is going to be a wrestle for control. Slowly, Palm push up. Quintuple U, the team that you'd think would be the one in advantage, are actually the team that are on the back foot, constantly playing defensively, while Palm are the ones putting suppressive fire onto them over and over again with Flame Dab, then coming in from the south and looking to intervene, but he is only by himself. Doesn't have the Tetra to back him up just yet, waiting for Immense to get into a better position. Then they can look to see if they can third party. Dylan has to go for the phase walk to try to get away. We got the Mega Avalanche that might lock down too many teams. Cow are on the outskirts. Do they want to intervene? There come the boulders, and now Flame Dab. That's the chance. They found a Fusillade, but that's going to be the crash in with a cart. There's the train. Two gone from Cow and Palm. They fall to DKS while Pro is still in the middle of the battle against Quintuple U. And that's going to be the target. He's gone. Jetski out of there. But DKS, they show up as the fifth party in this huge fight, getting damage onto Quintuple U. B-Bonk with the dog dog, dragging him away, but Height is still alive, trying to get the pull back in with the Bebo. Jimmy looks for Height, but on the outskirts, we see finally B-Bonk falls. Height at the same time. Quintuple U gone. 3 teams remain.
Quintuple U fighting that so freaking well, but this like fourth party from DKS crashing in from the left here. Everything WW had was on cooldown. DKS find the perfect moment to kind of enter into this fight, crush through the remaining members of WWoo while picking up a couple more kills on the way. Like a beautiful patience play from DKS here, and it's going to result in these 2 crowns fighting it out in the 1v1 Magical.
But Jetski's lower.
Now he gets
Jimmy wins it by grabbing both crowns.
Jimmy is gaming out here, baby. A beautiful plays on the Bebo. He's like, you guys want a 1v1 here? Do it in the car out in the storm. Let's move things forward. In the end, DKS off the back of the beautiful fourth party over here we called out, finish things off while everyone is in tatters. Off the back of the Bebo Tong Tong. Beautiful looks from Jimmy.
Double crown Tonk Tonk. Absolutely mad from Jimmy on that one.
Dude, that was a banger. Dude, wait, that was a lot of train kills, bro. That was like 4 at the end, I think.
It was wild. Cal lost 2 players. They were focused so much on the fight that they forgot the train was something that you have to avoid as well. But man, the crazy thing is DKS and DKS, they fourth partied that, but there was the fifth party as well. There are so many teams still remaining that we just kept having them one after another joining into this one, and DKS somehow they were able to weather it, and they were the ones that came out on top. A lot of that, like at the end there, I thought that it was gonna be a situation where one of the crown plays was going to work and then they could turn that around onto TKS, but Jimmy was having none of that. Absolute perfection when it comes to how you play Bebo.
Just wants to move it on to game 5 here, and we are going to be getting into it very soon. I think we're a little bit off on the planned storm shifts, but we are going to be Jay Banana Man, welcome. We are going to be on, maybe if I look at the next one Dylan said, after Bullet. It's either going to be portals, twisters, or cross country, because those are the last 3.
So I hope we get something like cross country, because if we're going to do double storm shifts, let's do the interesting ones, right? Let's do the fun. Unstable portals is fine too.
Yeah.
But I always prefer like those as the ones to go for. Normal weather, meh. Twisters, bombing run, blah.
Jay Banana Man is Jimmy. Crazy
Jimmy.
Place, bro. You just popped off. That was insane. Also, the end game where you were living on Bebo with those bomb grabs was awesome.
Bomb grabs, like, if you're good enough at Bebo, you can land them consistently, but it always looks impressive, no matter what.
And like you can get like the amount of kind of like schmovement you get out of that too. We saw Jimmy doing it there, like lived forever. I was the last member in like game 3 playing around that tech, so really cool to see.
Like where there's still, I think, 11 squads left, yet somehow, despite being the last player for like a good 5 minutes, was able to at least get them to 6th place. Nuts to see.
Coming into game 5 now, we will see what our shift ends up being here, but who do we think is ahead, Magical? If you had to guess on the player and or captain that's sort of in the lead right now, it's kind of tough.
Captain is Palmu for sure.
That's fair.
Like I feel like they've gotten double wins, game 1, game 2. But
So
also
big head start.
high placements in games 3 and 4 for their team. So that's where I would immediately put my money, right?
That's a good call out. What do we think for players? That's like a little harder one.
That one's a little bit harder because I'm trying to let me pull up the draft again, like the draft thingy, if I can see exactly. So Palmer's team had City and Flow, and here Flow is on Micah's team, which got eliminated first in that last game. So probably putting him a little bit lower. City was on Lunaris' team. They also got eliminated fairly early. So honestly, I could see this being where the players are going to be a lot harder than the captains if Team Palmu continues to perform.
I'm looking through all the players right now as we're going, and I can't necessarily name one that's maybe gotten like an insane amount of kills individually that's not like a captain, but I think it is like based on team kills, if I'm not mistaken, like where your team kills for the first 3 and then your team kills for the next 3 along with placement are added up, and those are like your points.
It wouldn't be fair for those that are playing more of the supportive styles. Like we do have Mercury that is being played here again for Team Pine. I believe that is I think that is it Tsunami playing that one, or is it Caesar?
With Pine, I think it is Tsunami. Caesar's on the Mercury, Tsunami's on the Bishop, I think.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it wouldn't be fair to Caesar playing Mercury, though they did play Brawl in the first few, but here we go. Nice fight. Lem getting a lot of damage onto Lodge, but Lodge, despite a 1v3, nearly was able to make it an even trade. But being level 6, that means a lot of experience gained for the players of Lem.
Yeah, I like the movement from Lem there because Lod get the hatchling and get the level 6 and the tempo, but then LEM come in from the right side angle. They find a pick, and then they are able to follow that up and get a second one after it's just 2 members left. So despite being down levels, they are going to be able to get a little bit of tempo here down on the south side of the map. ISS, our Micah Munch team, finding an early relic buy. Here we got the Firefox Tetra Bunny. Could be a strong comp, but this is who ran into Pro at the beginning of last game and ended up getting caught. As long as Micah doesn't get like womboed, like this team, you know, is going to last a while.
Exactly. I feel like in that last one, ISS, they kind of started off on the back foot right away. So it was always a difficult position, but I can see them, especially if they're able to beat Lod right now, and to get themselves snowballing out of control. Micah doesn't land the root, so Lod having to separate madly so low at the moment, only level 1. This Guardian, if they can take it, it's going to be nice trying to surge through, but right into the Thorns. An easy pickup for Micah.
Yeah, not too bad there at all. And Lod continue to kind of be on the back foot despite getting that hatchling. A bit of a rough spot for them as they come up here, find the res. Going to be looking for another one. Teams contesting Coldfang still. We see Pro looking at Lem. Like Lem got the wipe on the Catacombs team, and they are going to be looking for this deep relic buy. Going to have a bit of tempo now playing into this Pro squad who do not have relics yet.
No, so still a little bit on the back foot for Pro, but they have the levels at least. They're looking pretty decent when it comes to their armor, and now that they're looking for that vault, should be able to get even better position for themselves in a future fight. But I'm looking at how other teams are moving around right now, pretty separated. Despite some of these early skirmishes, like Lod's, their team losing a bit of tempo, losing out of the Coldfang fight, then losing it madly over in Wellspring. They now have gotten themselves in the desert, and they can go over to Enshrine where nobody else is and be able to farm that out pretty effectively.
Yeah, and same time we see Lemur Squad making their way down from the north here with gold armor out of Dawn Caps. They got to be careful, though. They're going to be running right into DKS as they come out of Storm. Nice card pickup, actually, from Lemur here. Going to scoop Pact as well, so they're going to get away with at least 2. Wubby's still pretty deep in Storm, getting kind of cornered off here. We can see.
It's still early days, though. He'll be able to get into Storm. There's a train coming by soon, too, so you can always punch your ticket, get on the train, get into the circle pretty easily without taking too much damage. But more important is going to be Lod right here. This team had lost out on the fight earlier to this exact squad. Lem having left the keep and now pushing into Enshrine. Lod doing a good job so far of kiting backwards, keeping themselves safe, and nice nade to land on a ham, looking for Dempsey, but he is now going to be the target, and an easy pickoff, leaving only Azrath. Revenge secured for Lod.
And that was full relics versus 2 relics, just an uppercutless on Madly and a black rose on Starflash. Beautiful nade sets it up, though, from Starflash. They are going to be able to follow through that kill. ISS continues the hunt. Oh, I just saw Rin's message in the chat. What's up, Rin?
Yeah,
I hope
same
you're
here.
well,
That's why we were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt, but it's been so long since we've seen Rin, but nice lockdown from Madly. Thunder crashing on to Azrath, but Azrath has been able to double dash back up into the desert, and Enshrine should be able to survive, but not really good options for Lem in order to recuperate the losses they've now had as we look at other fights, BBY and Pro. Pro having the advantage at the moment. Tier 2 armor on their side. And waiting for Immense. That Gravity Squid, if you can use the combination we talked about before, Gravity Squid with the Volcanic Crusher, can get great lockdown onto BBY, but it seems like BBY doing a good job of separating Pro.
And right when you say that, Bebo getting some kills up here, Jimmy getting 1, and Berserker getting 1. DKS getting 2 more on the board as Pine looking for the entry here.
But they have a lot of damage. Pine had to snap back, get away from the fight. A lot of damage onto DKS. They could look for Jimmy, but Jimmy healed back up by Berserker. Make sure Bebo, their MVP from the last game, gonna be still remaining on his feet.
Yeah, and that's level 6s versus level 9, so maybe not wanting that. We do see an Aluna play down here. This is the Micah Aluna. I was gonna say the Ham Aluna was nearby. They got Radinath kind of picked out here on their lonesome. They are going to find that, put it to a 2v3, probably going to force ISS off.
Radinath has fallen. One Tetra down. Micah attempting a reset on the team to get the respawn, but pushed away. Not really having that ability to stick the landing to get the team back on their feet while we go over to the tracks.
Oh.
And what a vortex charm to land with the second wind, pushing him into the storm and leaving only Dylan for Team Palm. As we were just talking about teams that we were favoring, now the team captain that we are looking towards at the top of the standings down to only one player so early.
Yeah, nice look over there, though, from our LOD squad. Basically been fighting this entire match. Almost everywhere we've panned, they have been in contention with another team. And Pine now under pressure, trying to move their way out of Storm. But it's LEM kind of on the hunt this game. They've been finding a lot of picks, kind of forcing kind of the issue onto anyone they run across. Coldfang fighting continues. Not many camps to Fiber Magic. We see a lot of 8s and 9s still coming into night 2.
12 squad still out, as I said. Palm, our first team out. Very unusual for them. So now having one team down, but 3 teams in Coldfang Keep at night 2. We have the fight.
Ooh.
Looking for the slam. They take down Lodge. Pro have been able to defend themselves, but they got to be careful with how they're fighting this because they have been separated yet again. Immense could not get the Gravity Squid out of there. Volcanic Crusher trying to crush back the competition, hunting damage on the Jet Ski, but Jet Ski doing a great job of avoiding Flame Dab as well. The Flame Shield does not help out Flow. No stun, but here's the Napalm, burning the Fox better than the Fox's own flamethrower. While Micah grabs the Fox, might be able to get back with the wish to keep the team's hopes alive.
No way. I was like, beautiful fight there from Pro, but in the end, it doesn't matter as Micah scoops one, down just 1 now for ISS, matching the down 2 for Pro. So even fight when you're just considering kills in the end. Berserker, though, last member left, 1 HP for DKS here, really wants to live. He's got OTP to the south, has to be careful. And like I mentioned, very few camps to kind of fight for. Still some level 8s in the lobby, even coming into day 3 here. We do see LWU scooping some of those early camps spawning in Skyrats with his day 10 turnover. Day 3 turnover, going to give Lemur level 10. LOD, though, has never stopped fighting since we got into this game, though, Magical.
They have been fighting for their damn lives this whole game. Every single second they have had to fight for some sort of position. Right now, they are looking down the barrel of a pretty hefty team fight there if they were to fight up against LWU. It's in the gold armors, but here's going to be the Tetra Form. As you said, round 2. The Tetra Form for Aridana has actually saved the team, or has it? Because Flo has been the target. Landslide getting a lot. Volcanic Crusher has missed, but Flo is still alive. Burning back, but that Tetra Form from Immense has kept the Fox at bay, corralling him. But Volcanic Crusher, Aridana was trying to get onto Flame Dab, and now Flo onto the Sky Shark, avoiding the fight, while Aridana going to be picked up on said Sky Shark. Micah has been chasing Flame Dab this entire time. So despite what looked like devastation, ISS doing a great job of fighting back.
These two teams are just having a isolated 3v3 down here for like 5 minutes. It's going back as they get the reds through. Here we go, round 3.
Sky Shark's Shockwave blasting back Immense, but Immense now on the flank. Micah barely avoiding the napalm, while Aerodynamic does take some damage to the face, putting down Tetra Form. Flow by themselves. Where's the flight of the Firefox? Not actually having that off cooldown just yet, but is going to be the target for Pro.
The third.
But no longer is this isolated. Jang showing up to take down Immense, and then OTP right behind them, getting damage on a half with the Fusillade, looking for anything. That's going to be the Grabby going right past the head and into the portal in order for the team to get out of there alive, but they're going to chase half all the way to the ends of the earth to get rid of one more player at BBY.
Trying to get the airborne recall in the Twister. I like the look. Not going to be enough in the end. Violence across the map as Lods looking at W Wukong. 3 teams up here after that pick, though. OTV made their way through the portal. They see Pine trying to maybe pinch them into LEM. Another one of our teams has been playing really high tempo, constant aggression. And Cow looks like they find the split member of Pro here. Going to take out Jetski now. After that crazy battle with ISS Magical, it's just going to be Flame Dave left with the crown.
As we do see our winners from the last game, DKS, get eliminated by our team we were just talking about, ISS. You pick up some nice kills, and then we look at other finds. These portals making everything topsy-turvy. More teams trying to utilize them to escape danger, but we also had another team that got eliminated a lot. It's gone, and it's going to be BBY joining them on the bench. 3 teams gone in quick succession. I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon because Cal losing their ground inside of the keep.
Oh my
There are too
goodness.
many teams that now have entered. Which one will remain on top? Which one will have the keep to themselves? Not if I'm keeping control, as there's going to be the Tong going wide for Chinese Spy. ISS see the corrupted zone that was created by Lem, and they decide to go back into the canyon.
Yeah, our El Wukong squad looking strong here as far as, you know, kind of armor positioning. They have high ground, good position in this next shift. They're going to have a little bit of space. Actually, not so great with this Soul zone here. They're going to have to move a little bit. We do see ISS continuing to kind of just dominate, looking for fights left and right. Now looking at our W Wukong squad. Oh,
Nice
the
pull,
Tonk.
nice grab on the ISS. They might be able to revive their Tetra, looking for the blessing to give them the blessing to fight. Tetra form into the flame
Oh, they're
shield.
cooking.
Where's the
Oh,
fox
they're
to fly?
cooking.
Volcanic Crusher, they've been cooking the back line. They're looking to continue this chase, but it's going to be my
No
guy.
way.
They're gone. The fox is alone. Flo trying to fly away, but he's been blown down by Quintuple U, and it's going to be hype to chase down Flo, but Flo still taking down one instead.
Dude, that was the craziest fight. B-Bonk gets a double smash into the spike wall, just instas 2 members of ISS after it looked like they were completely roasting Quintuple U there. In the end, it's going to result in ISS almost getting taken out, but Flo finds the heroic spike, keeping ISS in it. Now, over here, back in Coldfang, where we've seen a huge majority of these fights this game, we have our gold armor squad, lemur squad, looking strong as well. With their fire on high ground, pushing Cow out. Now Cow going to be looking at our last member of ISS here.
Run Flo, nice dodge. TNN got baited, was hoping that he could predict the movement Flo was going to go for, but Flo goes right back into the keep, hoping that this will keep the team alive, but it is going to be through the corrupted zone that he has to go.
This is a sketchy angle, calculated maybe though. He is gonna, looks like, make it through.
Does barely. Ugh, that was definitely sketchy. Oh, there's this respawn beacon. Might have enough time. Cow have been distracted. Pine gonna be the team that they have to face off against. There are these portals. One hops in, but it's only TNN. The rest of the team debating whether they wanted to go for it. It is going to be them staying here. Magic Mortars haven't launched at the by Mercury, but here's OTP through the portals and then back out with the blink from their dagger. But it means that Rich was going to be the target. Now the Golden Beam getting some damage, but Cow trying to escape from the cart, but right on to Quintuple U. Chinese Spy has been spiked. TNN left alone in the world.
That was a spicy kind of confrontation down here. It was like, it was this Lunaris Fusillade that forced them off, pushed them into this Pine Squad on the left. And now ISS maybe pinched here, trying to find Lunaris on the south as they're fighting ISS on the north.
ISS have split it up, though. They're looking for Tsunami, Volcanic Crusher, but here's going to be the Sky Shark about to blow. They go right into it. Flo picking up a crown. Might be able to escape into Goldfang Keep. The Golden Beam doing a lot of damage out of nowhere. LWU, they crash the party. Flo is gone. And the next one might get a join. ISS out in 6.
You can't help but root for ISS, like how scrappy they are with the Aluna in play, and Flo going kind of crazy on the Fox there. In the end, they get pinched, and this El Wukong squad kind of holding dominance over this space. They are going to just easily be able to get that kill as the squad gets pinched into them. Now having to move, though, you see their fire left behind as they make their way up into this next shift. OTP now high ground advantage, and W Wukong on the flank. We do see a couple squads still needing to move into this next shift here.
I like seeing how these teams are moving at the moment. Only one team kind of left in the Coldfang Keep. They can jump over and get themselves in a better position, but Israel is still going to be a bit rough. Cinnabar Cocktail healing them back up. OTP taking a lot of damage as they try to blink back onto Quintuple U. Lenara is going to be the target, forcing Second Wind out of City, keeping OTP alive, but they have used a lot of their cooldowns while Pine trying to take advantage of the battle that's been ensuing. Golden Beam getting some damage with the napalm. Summon on a cow. Rich, though, finding it. They've got the Fusillade. There goes Mercury. Only Tsunami was able to get back to land, but he is going to be stranded, left with no hope left, and pulled back in by B-Bonk. Hype then seeing the target, realizing it is only a matter of time before Team Pine will fall. They got Tsunami living for so damn long, but he was trapped and finds his tomb right outside of the keep.
That Ice Zeep can actually lock you under it against the terrain. We saw it right there, just perfect angle from B-Bonk. Speaking of B-Bonk, in some chaos here with OTP. B-Bomb is out. He gets an explosion, but not going to connect. A little bit of reset here.
You got to be careful on which Vortex Charm landing, but they're healing back up as they kite away from OTP, looking for a flank, realizing they could easily get sandwiched. LWU coming in from the south as well, realizing that they have too many teams that they have to deal with. There's Quintuple U, and here's going to be the fan that tries to get the Talk cart, but it's going to be OTP now going south, right where cow are. Their grazing lands no longer there. Cow are not in a good spot themselves as they are over the abyss.
Yeah, the desert, never a great spot when you're looking for grazing. Couple bushes nearby, but with the ice here, playing the tundra angle as well. We've seen some
ice
good...
doesn't work for grazing either. Neither of those are good for
They're
cows.
going
Just
hungry.
gonna say that now.
Going hungry down there, but still holding position as L Wukong squad fighting our W Wukong squad here. The Mortal Kombat battle between Wukongs without any Wukongs in play, Magical.
Instead, both of them having Bebos on their team. The only real rabbit animal you have to worry about is the rabbit, as Lemur is pushed out over and over again into the storm, jumping off of the cart.
This is crazy.
Bebonk will be fine. A lot of damage on to get packed with Wubby Bay, trying to see if they can kite away, but then right in the cow. And now they want to graze not on grass, but on bodies, as they are looking for get packed, but he survives back with the rest of the team. They have now been sent over the abyss with their Frosty Zeep, giving them some land, but OTP, they've been on the southern flank this entire time.
So our cows have turned cannibal here. There's no grass in the desert or on the glaciers. Let's eat hunters. They claim the high ground, actually looking really strong for cow here. They have their fire out. They're going to actually keep it for this next shift really in their favor, and plenty of a little short on cash, but probably supplies stocked up. We do see our W Wukong squad with John SUPERVIVE has the Rewind Aluna in play.
Not something you often see, but Quintuple U, why not, right? Why not at this point just give your Aluna further ways to escape danger so they can reset and get the recall backwards, be kind, rewind. But our four squads at the moment in this stare down, kind of, I don't know, it's to me it's like four squares back when we were kids, right? Where you're not sure who's gonna make the first move and where you're gonna be able to throw the ball, but everyone's just waiting for someone.
Yep, and like very often when we get down to the final four, final three, you get this big slowdown in tempo until we get this breaking out.
This cow, they're gonna be the team that it gets jumped on first. They send a nuke, but Quintuple U, they are pushed back, and now it is a forced Talk for Talk. Dragging one out into the storm. Heights the first one down, trying to pick up the wisp, but John SUPERVIVE, even if he has saved Heights alive, he's got a bomb attached to him. He's grabbed the crown. Height, you can go to the E-plat if you want to, but I'm waiting for John SUPERVIVE. With a minute and 20 left on the clock, the cows, they are being the bulls now as they've got the horns locked and ready as they want to chase the fight. But it's going to be LWU with OTP on the southern flank, and then John SUPERVIVE going right between everybody.
Oh my God.
But he is the target. That is the one they all want. Get rid of the bunny, even if she's slippery. If you can get rid of that crown, you know one team is down, but still no pickup. Finally, it is Chinese Spies, random Zeep. They get the bunny, then the nuke onto the E-plats with cows, still pushing back onto LWU. The bombs not doing enough damage to actually see if they can take down LWU OTP onto the mainland.
Yeah, Lemur squad doing a really good job working the magic of the Bebo ice here, keeping everyone kind of, you know, not isolated, like giving their team space where none exists, letting them have land where there is none. We see them playing that really well, still kind of holding this abyss angle. Big pressure out, trying to pinch OTP here into Cow Magical. Will they be able to do a beautiful punch from Tien?
But still, City healing up. Second win for second win.
Bright
Blocked
shield,
by
babe.
the Bright Shield. City underneath the elevation. Healing up again, but these shields aren't enough. He is gone. 3D2Y has no health and no shield left, leaving only Lunaris, the team captain for OTP, up on the northern part of the circle, putting down a fan, waiting for a crown. LWU
the
and
TN
Cow,
punch.
they bully one another, but it's gonna be Lemur, the first casualty, as with one sent into the storm. Wubby gets back. Lunaris has picked up the crown. Which target does he want to look for? He's got, what is that double fan nonsense right there?
That is
It
like-
pushes back LWU, and Lunaris just goes up into the air, avoiding Chinese spies, grabbing Squid while they get the pick on a get back. Lunaris needs to get Wubby Bay if you want to get OTP back into the game. Chinese spy missing the cart.
Doesn't.
LWU gone. Lunaris is by himself. Fuse-a-lot from Rich. Fuse-a-lot from
look at the
Lunaris.
TN.
He's got damage onto TNN, but he can't pick up the kill. Cow
Dude.
graze this victory.
Wow, that was just a centimeter from going the other way there. One more shot through at the end there from Lunaris would have turned that around crazy style, because that was Lunaris, last member left with crown, with all three members of Cow and Lemur squad down here duking it out. And whatever this double fan shenanigans was, it like bought Lunaris enough time, tried to get the kill on the Wubby, but Cow was actually doing a really good job kind of keeping him pinned up here, not giving him the space to proc that crown. He almost is able to pull it off with the Fusillade final shot into TN at the end there, but not going to be able to do it. I love the TN's so good at, like, when a team is trying to hold their space, just R&B shifting forward and punching them off of that space, often sending them like right into the arms of another squad in a tight circle like that. And he does that perfectly to basically begin that whole sequence of violence, and just really, well played from the TN squad.
Now I'm trying to think which team going into our final one for our draft kind of has the lead. Like Pamu, even with that early exit in that last game, I think is going to be at the top. But I think there's more opportunities now for some of these other captains to start moving up and actually contest them for the top spot. And so I'm kind of looking at, like, across the board. Lemur probably going to be one of those. They've had a lot of high finishes.
Wait, I just saw these relic fonts in the chat. Hold on.
I've been seeing them this entire time. They're
They
great.
know what is at stake. Gotta keep moving.
They're being bullish.
What's up, Relic? How are you doing, well, brother?
I try to have the bully in one of them, you know.
Oh, and I just saw unheard of above. I think it was top 3 picks in the first 3 games, if I'm not mistaken, for the bans.
Yes, it was just the top 3 picks. Yes, I believe so.
Very good. So coming into game 6 here of our draft tournament, looking strong for Team Pamu on the captain side, but actually going to be a really even kind of score down, I think, between the players. And like, these are, you know, it's kind of what you would expect. Like, part of the way the whole draft was set up is so skill disparities are kind of evenly spread amongst the teams. But the result of that is we see some very like Fiesta competitive SUPERVIVE where like all these fights are very close just because of the kind of mechanical prowess of all these players like matching up against each other. And I just love the violence, bro. This is some of the most violent SUPERVIVE we've had at this level for like a hot minute.
Yeah, exactly. It's always so much fun to see, like, and the players are, you can tell, enjoying themselves, trying to go for some of these crazy plays. Micah still pulling off those insane movement techs with Luna that we've seen pretty much through the last few weeks. And like you talked about, there was that video. I got to check out that Kenneth and Micah did together and see how, you know, just see what they say about how to play at Luna at such a high level.
Yeah, and one thing Kenneth calls out in that video that you'll see Micah doing, when Micah is skirmishing with someone, he will very much play right up in their grill and be sidestepping their shots while like guaranteeing his shots. He's basically like, he really likes to kind of face check. Really nice damage pump from LW here, down a level.
Nice. But they are going to be over the abyss, and it will be Pine, the first casualty, despite them having the advantage with the minions of the experience. Now Laud coming out of nowhere for Caesar, taken down easily by Laud, but Laud, instead of going upwards to stop the res, they look for LWU instead. Will be Pine resurrected. Caesar now in the fight, wanted to steal that away from Wubby Bay, but instead will blast back Laud and now have to get back into the rings in order to regroup with Pine.
Tsunami actually such a good anchor for his team. Just beautiful kind of exit there, insta-rezzing everyone like he did in that last game when he found his way out of that fight with the Bishop ulti. And so, you know, really high value to have a solid anchor in your team. Pine getting caught again. Tsunami might, oh, with the punch. Oh.
Nice attempt there from Pine to escape, but unfortunately they're still sandwiched between Lem, Lod, and LWU, who show back up into the northern sector and look to see if they can crash the party, get some damage, get packed on the hunt for Starflash, but Starflash surviving, dashing away from the arcane railgun. Wubby missing that crash onto Lods, but Lods, you can see a weak target. Wubby Bay taking a little bit too much damage. A nice arrow to land. Lods. Another one on a get pack. Lods 1v3. Lemur, the last one, and he sees the writing on the wall and says, no, we better survive, so he is going to bail.
You love to see a good myth play, not missing those downtown arrows. Beautiful angle over the abyss there, leveraging the range to perfection, continuing the damage pressure. You're gonna find one, find two, put Lot in a spot where they're feeling strong, but LEM has the level 6 magical. So when Lot's chasing these kills, these guys are getting the farm, now looking to leverage that.
But Lot, despite the fact they're behind, they don't feel pressured to run away. Instead, they stick the fight. Azarath is gone. Levels now gained by Lot as they have been the team to separate. Even if the bunny was able to pick up Krista, Despy getting some damage, but he needs to make sure he gets rid of Madly. Going over the abyss. He does take down Madly. Starflash tried to chase it down, but he took a little bit too much damage. And Lodge now getting hunted down by Lem, putting down the rain of arrows. Ham is going to be the casualty. Azrath with the lockdown from Flux there in the magic reactive burst, not taking the kill. It will be the burn instead to get rid of Starflash. Lodge, the last one for Team Lodge, with another Flux snare on the Lodge, looking for Azrath to win the duel. But it will be the heal on a Starflash regardless.
Dude, that was an insane kind of showing from Lods there on the myth. Doing so much work for his team. Lurk, the absolute GOAT, is back, dropping huge gifteds in the chat, my friend. We appreciate you so much.
Lurk. Oh, Lurk coming in on my chat too, doing the
actual
same thing.
GOAT, bro.
Absolute GOAT. And we do see on the kill feed, Lod eventually getting killed off by Lem in our last game, and now we have the fight continuing here between ISS and BBY OOOTECH. Going to be the neutral ground the two teams tried to take control of, and it is going to be quite craziness here for our last game.
Here we see our imposter Lods. This is actually Encored, but like rocking the Lods title. And love to see Jang on the myth as well. His absolute comfort pick really cracked on that hunter. Now, it looks like Encore may be caught here. Beautiful nade shift out there. Gets the space to find a Sky Shark. Probably going to live.
Yeah, so Encore out of there. BBY won't be done just yet. They are alive, but at how much longer will it be the case that they are going to live? We see more fighting. We're only in to night 1, and we have seen already so much action. Already a team eliminated, and nearly having 3 other ones that joined them.
Yeah, and here we go. Pamu on the Saros. This is one of his favorite hunters. He doesn't pull it out in comp too much because it's kind of like a very niche pick and has to be working with your comp and can get punished easily. But he loves the hunter, and so really exciting to see Pamu busting out the Saros kind of from ahead here on point. So comfortable to maybe sacrifice a little bit of that, you know, placement for some fun.
Bro. They've sent in the Sky Shark. They've got the bomb on, and B-Bonk's damage. He heals back up. They've got some blessing from Moonlight, but Pro are not done. They are playing just as aggressively back on to Quintuple U. The B-Bonk, he's been able to heal back up, and now has height to back him up, looking for the B-Bomb. The baseball bat that into the battle. Only getting some damage, though. Armor has been shredded on the side of Pro, but they've been able to shred a lot of the armor on Quintuple U as well. Sending them on the run, scurrying away the best they can. But a lot of damage is sticking from Pro. Volcanic Crusher on a Bebo, denying Tom Dunk completely. Baseball bat, though, from Bebonk. Well, they've lost defense. It is traded 1 for 1. Trying to pick him up, make sure that they can stick the landing. But Bebonk has been dropped. The Witch is gone. But now it's going to be the damage from Shiv as they look for the blast back with a B-Bomb. Pro down a player. They still have that Fusillade from
Dude,
Flame
this is
Dab,
so
and then
close.
diving in. They've got the Ghost. 1v2. B-Bonk is low. They've got Jetski, Arcane Railgun barely missing.
Dude.
That's the kill for Height for quintupling you to win.
Insanely close fight there. The skill expression on both sides. I was going to say Pro has been fighting so well, and they were, but WWU a little bit better there. Barely able to pull it off once they're on the back foot after losing that hatchling kill. Really, really nice fight from W.
And another team gone. It seems that I thought they'd be a little bit more passive, being the last game, have more fights later on, but our teams are saying this is the last one of the draft. We want to rack up the kill points.
Yeah.
We need the Hail Mary
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this point, trying to get themselves as many kills as humanly possible. And speaking of that, Lunaris for OTP had the Fusillade, but it was denied. And now, with the Sandbar Cocktail trying to heal up Mercury in the back line, they got a lot of damage to land on a city. We see that Lamb actually got eliminated by ISS, and then OTP getting a trade of 1-for-1. Golden Beam shredding Lunaris. Heal on his Unani. Can they stick onto the Wisp? They can push back, and OTP are gone.
I thought OTP was fighting that so well, but again, Team Pine fight it a little better. Lunaris doing such a good job finding angles on the strike, keeping Pine from actually connecting. But in the end, Pine is able to connect the KB on the way out. Beautiful turnaround with the res as well. Caesar looking pretty nice on our lone Mercury out here. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, our only Mercury that I've really seen outside of the Mercury multiverse that we had last week. This is the real only player that I think has been playing it in just regular games. So great look to see from Caesar, and how they've been playing it in this game too. They've been looking so clean on it.
Absolutely. Placeholder name, we are in game 6. This is the final, and damage pressure out. BBY under half gets out with the ultimate. Micah Munch team constantly W Keef. There's no backing out until Wisps come into play.
There's so much abyss here, right between Ion Acres and Kobayashi's 2. Encore, he is burning, but he's been able to get back to land with the second one trying to push him over the abyss, but they're going to be able to get the spike. They do turn it around on ISS. It seemed like this was ISS's fight, but BBY, they pull the rabbit out of the hat, and they make sure they at least slap back down a kill.
Yeah, and ISS just so scrappy. Flo keeping up the pressure on Lods. We got a little 1v1 Zeph Felix action here. Looks like he's going to call it off with Hath on the way. Knows that Jang is nearby as well. But ISS back to full force now, Magical. Micah gets the quick res on this island. They are going to kind of call it off.
Redraft has been brought back by Micah, but back in the heart, QuintupleU denied their B-bonk and denied their talk. Cow, hold on to the high ground here at the heart and keep QuintupleU from engaging onto them.
Yeah, and Cow now, actually, you know, one of our stronger looking teams from last endgame, facing up against this W Wukong team off the back of height has been looking so strong both rounds, but the nade!
TNN! He went for the engage with the blast up, but he took a little bit too much damage, and now Napalm's been summoned on him, keeping him pinned in the corner. Fusillade trying to put back some damage as they look for the heal, but it's going to be B-bonk. Both B-bows are gone. Cow are low. TNN is the target, hit by the snipe from the Arcane Railgun, but the third party from Palm, even though there was the third party, QuintupleU denied Cow.
Height is just so aware of like kind of where he needs to be to get the damage out to find kills, and he does it there beautifully on the Ghost. Following up south, knowing that the third party is coming from the north. Speaking of ISS re-engaging with BBY up here.
They haven't stopped this fight. It only took a breather. Now that they've been able to collect themselves, they have been able to push back BBY. It's nighttime. They don't have to worry about the guards. They only have to worry about the kills. It's Jang left alone over the abyss. Micah Munch. Aluna, we know how bloodthirsty this rabbit is. If you've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you know it's a killer. The bunny eats its prey.
Really nice from ISS there. Is going to be able to take out BBY in the end. BBY kind of our sub squad, so big shout out to them for, you know, kind of showing up, and despite not getting a draft really at all, kind of taking you know, what was left, they are able to, you know, put a good showing for us and fill the lobby and give us some really good SUPERVIVE. So thank you, BBY, for showing up for us here. And now Magical down to 6 pretty quickly, actually. More, like, probably more violence, early violence in this game than we've seen in the whole tournament so far. Usually we have 9 to 10 squads right now.
We've even had, like, I want to say, like, a good 2 or 3 games where we get to night 4 with all 12. It's been kind of crazy. At least 11 going into the night 4. The fact that we are only at 6 here is definitely different from every single game previously. And right now, Quintuple U, they have healed back up height, resurrecting both John, SUPERVIVE, and get V-bonked. But there is a lot more land for teams to play with, so I feel like we are going to have a bit of a breather before teams really start to fight again.
Yep, and a little bit of space to work with as well. I would say Team Pine here probably under the most pressure, having to play for a res, but if they do choose to opt for this one, they're going to have plenty of space for it. Looks like Tsunami is going to get there. Again, we saw Tsunami trying to go for the res there, playing Anchor in the ghost face-off with height on that beacon, is going to get forced off, but finds a different res just fine. Back to Quintuple U, though. Our DKS squad has been showing some really strong moments as well, Magical.
They have, but here's B-bonked. Looking for that Abyssal Breaker. Jimmy!
Oh, Jimmy!
This Bebo has been absolutely cracked today. It was able to find a Luna, but John SUPERVIVE back into the circle as Lemur puts down the chilling finale, but DKS, they already got rid of John SUPERVIVE swap. Not there for Wubby Bay. The rest of BKS, they are looking for Quintuple U. B-bonked going right through the corrupted zone saying, wait a minute, I don't want to fight with ISS.
Yeah, and there's multiple teams on every angle here. We did see Team Pine get that res off the back of Tsunami, make their way down here, trying to find... Oh, they do see this heart res coming through? They are going to...
know it's there. There it is. There's the bird sent out. Height forced away, but B-bonked is elsewhere. Could possibly get a revive. Yeah, I see that he is immediately peeling upwards. Maybe we can get that
Really good
respawn as
recall.
a nice recall in the nick of time for Height. That last second. Now back with the team.
Just barely there. Like I was talking about, height, extremely aware of his surroundings, finds the perfect angle to get in a bush, get back to the rest of Quintuple U, who all of a sudden, Magical, have a lot of space and time compared to these other 5 vying for this next shift. So they're going to be playing, you know, kind of edge of circle in and probably going to find the scraps of multiple team fights breaking out here. We see Palm and Lemur squad poking at each other. Shift back from Webby, but canceled by the ground.
And then sent over the abyss as Lemur him try to kite away. Might be able to get back, but get packed. Has to mantle Jimmy. He tonks to safety, but Necromancer's already dived in, and now get packed. He's attempting the revive. Lemur has to go for the chilling finale, but it's kind of going back and forth. And how low he is. Wubby's gone. The swap over the abyss. Wubby will fall. Get packed will fall. Lemur doesn't have chilling finale anymore. The sun burns the ice as it melts away LWU.
Nice try there from our El Wukong squad. Hey, but it's really a win for Lemur because the Wukongs are gone. So Lemur's happy despite them going out at 6 here. The movement is succeeding. ISS now looking for the violence against DKS. Got to be careful though because Palm on the left here.
I'm looking at Quintuple U on the right. Micah has gone aggressively towards them. That's why they slowly keep themselves grouped up towards the heart, but cross-country storm. Teams are going to be forced to migrate down south for the winter, look for warmer waters. But Micah, as you were the one that was far forward, Flo had to save your life. The Fox keeping the bunny alive and then looking to threaten Quintuple U again.
You love the animal camaraderie here. The Fox and the Bunny backing each other up. Bunny picking up the Fox holding the front line for the Bunny, and they really want this fight against Quintuple U. ISS really never backing down. They know if something goes awry, they can likely recover off the back of this Micah Munch Aluna grab, and it is going to push Quintuple U to left. This is the problem of that space they had. Now playing edge of circle in, they're going to get forced by multiple teams. Palm the next.
I like this though. B-bonked with a kidnap tonk. Baseball bat whacks the face.
Bonked.
Ghost is gone, and Palmu the next target. Only Dylan on that Bebo has the Gravity Squid to escape, but it is not looking too good at the moment for Team Palm.
They did engage at B-bonk. DKS looking for an engage while cooldowns are down. They get it. It's actually huge. Jimmy finds SUPERVIVE. Wow,
oh, but then the dong too. Height alone pushed away by DKS as he's up into Vein Grove and looking for an angle to get away. These dashes aren't getting you enough distance, and Height forced slowly but surely down Prisma Falls. Looking for anything. Where's the crown? Where's a respawn beacon? Neither are in a good position. Maybe he can go to the drain, but it's not going to be long enough.
Yeah, it does look like that's what he's kind of opting for, but we see DKS still falling. Probably going to try to force this off as he's on it. Looking for a nade angle here. Is going to get the timing.
Second. Gets it. Now they have to hop off. Jimmy missing the tonk. B-bonk has to get off of the train. Disembarked. As Quintuple U You have to wait for the circle, because if you look down south, there isn't any land to work with. You have to go through under Rotten Wraith's row if you want to get back to a better position. While Prisma Falls has been owned by both DKS and Palm.
Yep. Really nice kind of position control here from several squads. We see 3 on the left, 2 vying on the right. Looks like ISS continuing that forward movement against Team Pine, rocking that gold armor, pretty even levels. But this ISS squad basically full build, full golds, really wanting to force the issue. And speaking of that, DKS continue the violence against Palm.
Ghost taking a lot of the damage as well. Slowly getting back with the team, trying to use them as shields in order to heal back up. But I don't think there are any more potions left, any more armor repairs left for Ghost in order to get back to full.
I think you are right there. They have the cash to spend, but no shop in play nearby, and they're pinched here. Magical Quintuple U on the bottom. Really rough spot all of a sudden for DKS. Need to find a quick angle out here. It's going to be really sketchy. Jump pad out.
Jump pad over them and decide to go aggressively for Quintuple U. I thought they'd go right down the middle, but instead they decided to wait. Oh, Golden Beam from Caesar gets a lot of damage onto Tetra, but Irideneth was able to get over to the E-plat, but that left flow alone. Where's the camaraderie of the animals? Because the bunny left the fox alone.
Bunny gonna bring the fox back here with the crown, it looks like, trying to find a buy angle. Do they have the cash to do so? It looks like they do. Trying to get a request from Irideneth. Looks like didn't able to get it in time, or wasn't able to get the transfer in time. Is gonna find a crown anyways though. Jump pad back over to the homie. Has a E-pad to play off, but this violence continues. Magical. This is like round 3 between DKS and Palm.
Palmu taking a lot of the damage from one of those arrows sent at them by Necromancer. But here's the nuke onto the track.
That's a
Palm
good nuke.
have enough land, though, to be able to work with and keep themselves safe.
I was going to see if anyone tries to kind of force an angle off of that nuke. It looks like they opt not to because of this.
Oh my God! Bebonks, hello! Where'd you come from? Where'd you go, Cotton Eye Joe? You dragged out Pine into the storm, and Pine losing 2. Caesar's gone too. It's only 1 left for Team Pine.
The fast car, a little too fast there. Just goes cooking in the storm. They do get Pine off the back of it, and he B-bonks him into the abyss. B-bonked getting some nice bonks through in this endgame.
Yeah, he is. And here's Jimmy looking to do the same with a top grab on a Ghost. So Team Palm, they grab the portals in order to escape. Tsunami is the only one left here for... No, he actually was able to get the revive from the respawn beacon down south. So Team Pine have another chance at life, and they're looking to see if they can take some chip damage onto DKS.
Guys, if you want to keep your RP, invite Tsunami to your group. He's the master anchor, just keeping Team Pine in this when they shouldn't be, multiple times over multiple games, playing not only the Bishop well, but the Ghost well now. Team Pine recovered, going to play around this relic shop dropping here. Palm needing to do the same. Ghost Snow is down. Broken armor on Palmu.
Here's the Sunburst put down behind Tsunami. Even though they had that, it's Palmu getting a lot of damage put onto him, having no more armor left. Arcane Railgun trying to chip at some of the armor that was left for Pine. But they have been able to survive. 5 teams still standing off with one another. You would have thought one of these teams would have fallen by now. Might be Team Pine, or it could be Team Palmu. They have both been put down a player here and then, or down to 1 player in the case of Team Pine. But Tsunami has been able to keep the hopes alive for the team with a nice magic mortar landing, golden beam healing up. It's going to be the combined efforts of Team Pine and ISS to get rid of Team Palm. But DKS, they will have none of that camaraderie. They want to just take out teams, and they're looking for Team Pine.
Yeah, really nice pinch from ISS. They're going to give them really nowhere to go with that kind of constant violence to Pine to the north. They are going to get pinched, eliminated, and now ISS maybe getting pinched. DKS really good at playing these third parties, Magical.
Catcher form, nicely placed. Almost was able to find Berserker with it, but tanky enough to survive. Gets back with DKS as we are back into this standoff just with 1 less team.
Yeah, and I think our W Wukong squad looking quite strong. Level 15s, gold armors. We have 15s across the board for the most part, but a couple golds on both teams as well, but they're kind of fully stacked. Looking to play the 4th party here as violence breaks out.
Flow goes aggressively, but he's got broken armor, a lot more susceptible. Well, they put it down to Tetra form. They already lost the Fox. heal
Here we
from
go.
Micah. Is it in time? Because here's DKS to make sure there's not going to be the forced friends that keep each other alive. It's only going to be Tetra alive on the outskirts. Aerodynamic has no escape. ISS are eliminated by DKS. While right above everyone's health, it's going to be B-Bonked again. He was looking for the cart, but that time, not going to be able to grab Pine and drag him out to the storm.
Yeah, I like the look, though. Using the grapple tech to get up over the top, trying to find the angle. No nade connecting for height there. Not able to follow up on the daze, but he's pushing DKS in this really rough spot. They are going to get pinched by Pine if they don't. But W turn.
Tsunani, it looked for a moment like he was the one caught out, but then he put a lot of damage back on it to Quintuple U. Last back with the stun grenade. B-Bonk was looking for the pull with the Tog. Doesn't get enough damage. Golden Beam healing up Pine. DKS look for the flank onto Quintuple U, but it's going to be the jump pad. Denied as they went aggressively, pushing back Quintuple U in the storm as they go right above their heads. B-Bonk and Height had to leave John SUPERVIVE right in the middle of everything, but somehow this bunny was able to throw one back onto the Necromancer and does skate right past DKS to regroup with Quintuple U.
That was a massive Berserker engage there, just crushing any kind of position that Quintuple had, forcing them up to left. They are going to end up recovering, though, as Pine find the third party onto DKS after that. So Pine kind of playing from ahead here. Quintuple looking to recover now, and DKS have the beacon down. Bomb is out. Going to be back at full force in just a second.
Waiting for some of that damage and waiting to see when DKS want to intervene. They've revived the team back to full once more. Good and the bad, the ugly. Stare down one another. Jimmy nearly had the engage onto Quintuple U, but the team was not ready. Magic Mortars haven't launched. Napalm has been summoned onto the Necromancer. Damage has been dealt. Bird Bomb keeping Necromancer pinched, but it's going to be Jimmy looking for the Dog, but he's going to be dragged down. No, it's going to be a pistol breaker on Quintuple U. Well, they're trying to get one more chance at life. DKS have been split away, but it's going to be Quintuple U playing aggressively onto Pine. Golden Beam to try to heal back up Tsunani. Giving him enough health, not enough to survive. They have the concoction if need be. You pick up a crown for Caesar. The concoction going to be denied there from Oath. Berserker not going to make it too easy for Team Pine. Well, Quintuple U, they've been waiting this entire time to push back, getting some damage onto them, but Tsunani doesn't get resurrected, dragged out into the storm. DKS down to only the Necromancer. Quintuple U have completely separated the two teams, but the heart at play. Pine now rooted in place. They are gone. It's only the Necromancer left for DKS.
So with no Wukongs in play, Quintuple looking extremely strong still, and Necomancer going to have no options here. In the end, WWU find the victory. And this, you know, I was mentioning it earlier, that kind of height awareness of how to play not only like the mid-game fights, but also these end-game fights. Really kind of nice, you know, leading the squad to victory. And we saw B-Bonked having some massive plays on the Bebo come through, and John SUPERVIVE supporting on the Aluna. Like these three together in the back half looking very strong.
Looking really good, and now I'm very curious to see how the points are going to go, because as you talked about before, it is going to be based off captains, but also going to be based off of the players' individual like kills. I think with the teams though that they're a part of, so if they were playing supports, they're not going to be too punished for it.
Yeah. Yo, Protofo, what's up, bro? Hope you're feeling all right, man. I heard you weren't feeling well. I was hoping to get to see you today. We have had some Bebos repping in your honor. Jimmy and B-Bonk kind of popping off, both of them, which is cool to see. Yeah. Also, Lemur was hunting monkeys on the Bebo for the first half.
Now I'm wondering where they're gonna post.
You're repping Bebo, is what I meant, Jimmy.
Yeah. Now, let me see. I'm trying to just figure out where they're gonna post the results to, or if they're gonna like add them up later.
Oh, you're representing Jimmy Frick Vivo. Okay.
I see. Oh, Jimmy.
That's funny.
Let's see.
All right, I gotta do something, dude. I gotta give. I just unlocked the ability to do this, and it's this VIP status thing.
Oh yeah. And the more you stream, the more you get.
I got a couple people that are much deserved of it. So Rakdos Ice has been like just randomly dropping gift subs in my channel, like basically since I started streaming. Just an absolute goat.
Nice.
So Rakdos is getting VIP, and also our goat Lurk is getting VIP for all
Hell
the
yeah.
gifteds. Really appreciate you guys.
I'm trying to think. Where are they gonna post their results? No.
Yo, Blizzerker, that engage at the end, bro, just blew everything up. That oath engage. That oath engage was monster.
Yeah, it was.
Just-
If only they were able to win. Sadly, they had this great engage, but there was a third party, so
Yeah.
despite it, it's like it's not
Unfortunate.
able to pick up the win. Yeah, you're sending it. Hey, you nearly won it from that.
Sometimes you gotta send it, bro.
Exactly.
I send it way more often than I should.
Me too.
Me too.
I int it more than often than I should. Is what I should really say.
Yeah, so I don't know if we had anyone actively counting the score, guys. So we might be getting a score count sometime later coming from
Okay.
Dylan, I think. I'm not quite sure. Let me check.
If that is the case, then I'm probably gonna end stream. I'm so tired.
Yeah, no worries, bro. I think.
Are you gonna
gonna be-
keep streaming?
No, I think I'm probably going to. Dude, it's just been pure SUPERVIVE, and I promised my bro,
Feel that.
I would kick it with him. So I think I am gonna probably try to roll over there. But
Should we give it to Tsunani or should we?
yeah,
give it to Dylan?
I want to raid Tsunani, dude. Tsunani's such a goat.
Let's
Is
do
he?
Tsunani.
Yeah, is he still streaming?
That's what I was about to see if he's still streaming.
He does so much for the community behind the scenes, man.
Yeah, it looks like he's still streaming. So
All right, let's do it.
Why don't we give it to him? We'll do
Hey,
a
I
joint one.
really appreciate everyone hanging out, guys. Everyone showing up. Shout out to all the players,
Lurk.
everyone hanging out and watching. Lurk for the huge gifteds, Rakdos, everyone else supporting just by hanging out and viewing. We really appreciate you guys. Dylan for hosting and organizing the whole thing. All the players for showing up and gaming for us. Some beautiful SUPERVIVE. Thank you, guys.
All right, goodbye, everybody. I'll see you later.
W SUPERVIVE!